So we've got my friend Monado coming up here doing a run of Twilight Princess.
Yeah, it's pretty sizable. But yeah, I'm gonna set this in front of the gate right here, and I'm just gonna side hop into it. And if I roll properly, I should just clip
Hey,
through.
first try, let's go.
Yeah. Now I'll explain what I'm doing in a second here, but I want to make sure I get it. Not like that. That's really bad. I ran off the bridge too fast, so I'm gonna have to set that back up again and replace the rock, but that's not good. Yeah, okay, let me try that again. So what I'm doing is back in time. If you're familiar with it, it's very heavily used in Skyward Sword. It's used a little bit in Twilight Princess, where I'm going to grab Link's equipment off the title screen, and I'm also going to use it later to set some flags from the mini-boss that you come across in the Elden area, King Bokoblin. There we go, back through the gate again.
And this skips a lot at the start, right?
Yes, it skips the entire intro sequence. Now, if I reset at the same time as hitting the death plane, I should be on the title screen, such as this. And I'm going to roll off.
You know, normal stuff.
Yeah, just jump into the death plane. And I'm going to overwrite my save file. And what that's going to do is pull Link's equipment from the title screen here. I can reset the console as it's saving, and it's just going to save the game as normal. And now, when I load back into the game, it's going to put me into Farron for some reason. I was given an explanation as to why, but it was a lot, and I didn't really retain the information very well. I'm going to be honest with you. But we're here in Farron, and we have a bunch of equipment we're not supposed to, such as Link's green tunic that you normally get from beating the Elden Spring, along with the Ordon sword and the Hylian shield. And now we got our first item, the lantern, which is going to be used to just get us through the cave and burn some spider webs. Ooh, man, am I a little nervous. I've never done a on-stage marathon run before, so this is a little new for me. So if I seem a little shaky, a little nervous, then hopefully those feelings will go away after a little while. But
Yeah, I'm sure you'll kill it.
yeah. Not the run, but...
Not the run.
No. But I'll kill Ganondorf. Yeah, there's not really much going on right here, just rolling around through a little cave and burning some spider webs that are kind of in our path. They're very solid, too. If you try to bonk into them, they don't move. They're just a hard wall.
And so then rolling is the fastest type of normal movement, right?
Yes, it is. So if you're familiar with Wind Waker SD speedrunning, the roll system in this is very similar to that, where if you roll on the first frame after you're able to move, after getting a roll, you're going to get a little bit of a further speed boost from it. I don't believe they changed that in the HD version. I could very much be wrong about that. But at least in the HD version of Wind Waker, they made it so every roll is a fast roll. And it might be the same in Twilight Princess, but I don't pay much attention to TPHD speedrunning, so I could be wrong on that. So right now our main goal is to just get through Farron so we can progress with the game. But we're really just trying to go save Talon, and also a monkey, which is just sitting in a cage at the end of the pathway here. The story is that like a kid ran off, and we needed to just go save it. Nice club swing on me right there. So yeah, there isn't really much going on here besides just rolling around and slashing our sword. Bunch of other enemies that we're gonna pass by here. Fun fact, that bird over there that sells like lantern oil and red potion to you, you can just steal it from him and just leave, and when you go back there, he'll attack you, and you can also give him like 1 rupee, and he'll be pretty disappointed by that, and say, wow, what a cheapskate.
I mean, he's not wrong, to be fair.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't get mad at you that you underpay him, but he's just a little disappointed in you. All right, we can kill these guys just with 2 slashes with our sword, and just break the cage with a jump attack and a spin attack. Man, that was really unfortunate that I like fell off the bridge earlier. That was like 40 seconds lost from that. But you know what? I'm not gonna
That's
be
fine.
too.
It's in the past.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this is the kid that we had to save, and we're getting to one of my favorite parts in the run. The goats. If you're not familiar, if you're not familiar with this minigame, there's skill to it, but there's also a lot of RNG depending on how the goats actually want to like behave. Normally, if you go through the intro sequence of this game, there's 2 of them. There's 2 like goat herding minigames. There's one with 10, and then there's this one which has 20. If I take a correct path and push them all in the same direction, this should go by rather quickly. But I also might get screwed up a little bit by the RNG on these goats here, because they just decide to detour off the path a little bit like that, which is really fun. But if this is under 30 seconds, I'm pretty satisfied with that. I'm stalled.
So what version are we playing on?
Oh, we're playing on German.
What language?
This is not going to be under 30 seconds because this guy decided to take a huge path off the side there, but that's okay. But yeah, this is in German, which if you're familiar with a lot of speedruns, nice, 40-20. But yeah, if you're familiar with like speedruns in general, at least Nintendo-based ones, you may notice that like a lot of them are on the Japanese version of the game because it's usually the fastest. But not the case of Twilight Princess, no matter what category you're running, actually. Besides, I think, glitchless. There is one big glitch that was patched out of the Japanese version of the game, which, by the way, it was released in Japan later than in the US, surprisingly enough. But yeah, there was one major glitch called map glitch, which saves, I believe, roughly around 3 minutes, which is going to be used twice in the run later. But okay, this may seem weird. I'm just talking to the mayor right here a couple of times, but I was saying earlier there were some flags that had gotten set from back in time, right? This is one of them. The game gets confused. Yeah, I know, everybody likes that term. But I guess it kind of does, and it allows you to take on the Iron Boots minigame here far earlier than you're supposed to, so I don't have to come back to Ordon later to get them. Now, if you're a good masher, which I am not, you should be able to get Bow down here in 1 cycle if he gives you a good pattern, but I can't because I can't mash that fast. Like right here, if I could mash quick enough, he would have gone down in 1 cycle there. Thankfully, I got good RNG, so he was able to just get knocked down pretty fast. We had to do that twice, so hopefully he'll give me some good RNG on the second round.
And this is basically like a rock, paper, scissors game, right?
Yeah, it pretty much is. It's like, hopefully he'll decide to go over to the left side and not dodge like that. That's unfortunate. Come on, Bo. Come on, Bo. Please go down.
I believe.
Okay, good. Thank you. Okay, but yeah, that's going to give us the Iron Boots, which are really, really important, to say the least. They have a lot of uses in this game compared to, like, Ocarina of Time and Wind Waker. That's a terrible Iron Boots time, but I'm just going to say that's because I fell off the bridge.
That's fine. I don't think you need to worry about the time too much.
No, it's okay. It's not like a marathon run or anything.
Nah.
No. All right, so coming off the step here, I'm actually going to make a quick save, which is going to be used once again for back-in-time related purposes, which I'll be getting to later. And right now, we're just going to be going through and speaking with story purposes. We're going to be speaking with the mayor's daughter, which I guess is sort of like a love interest for Link in this game, before this kid decides he wants to talk to us about something that I can't read in German. But yeah, we need to just crawl through a little passage over here because normally there's like a gate that you can go through. I think like the story behind you having to go through here is like Epona must have had like gotten hurt while you were like herding the goats or whatever, and she got mad at you, and now she's just got the horse in like the spring area over here. But yeah, just gonna crawl through this hole, skip some cutscenes, decide that I don't want to save the game, and yeah, I'm a wolf now.
You know, pretty normal.
Yeah, you know, you just like crawl through a hole one day and you're like, oh, I guess I'm a wolf, which is how it works. All right, but there isn't really much we can do at this point right here. If you can time that, you can actually break that rubble there a little bit sooner than I guess you're intended on. But nice. I usually have a timer to look at for that, and I didn't really have the option of doing that this time. But yeah, we're a wolf. It controls very different than normal Link. I could fill you in on the story for Twilight Princess, but if you're watching speedrun, you probably know what it is, so I'm not really going to do that. But yeah, we're in Hyrule Sewers right now. We're going to come back to this area much later in the game as well. And we got our partner of the game, you know, your Navi or Tattle or King of Red Lions. Midna, definitely a series fan favorite for a lot of people.
Yeah, my favorite.
Yeah. Twilight Princess is your favorite 3D Zelda, right, Jacob?
Other than Breath of the Wild, but I mean, that's pretty different than the other ones.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, this is like your favorite, I would say, traditional 3D Zelda.
Traditional, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Never speedrunning, but I do like it casually.
Yeah.
And watching speedruns.
Yeah. Yeah, we're not really doing much here. It's just go through the motions. Not really many skips we can do here. There are like there is like a minor thing that's going to be coming up soon where I'll be able to like, I'll just explain it when I get to it, but it's just like a text box skip, essentially.
So basic movement for Link was rolling. What do you want to try and do with Wolf Link to go fast?
Dash.
So just mash A, basically?
Yeah, basically just mash A.
Okay.
There's not really much more to it than that. There isn't like a... I don't believe there's like a bigger boost you get from like pressing A at the right time. But yeah, here's the little skip I was talking about, and I missed it, but that's okay. If I hit the corner of that little like piece right there where like the rock falls off, there is a trigger along with Minna speaking to you to actually let her do like Minna jumps here. But if you like jump in the right spot, it hits the trigger without her like talking to you. It's a little precise, but it doesn't really lose much time if you miss it. And yeah, this is everybody's favorite mechanic here. I know my good friend Butter really loved this in his casual playthrough. It's Sonic Adventure style press A simulator while targeting. Man, I love going up ledges. So much fun. Just pressing the A button real fast. You can actually skip this here if you're if you mash the start and start and A button while holding L? I don't know if you actually need to hold L. I believe you do, but I always do. Where you can skip that text box with Minna, but it's a little precise. And there isn't really a huge window for it. But yeah, we're just on the outside of Hyrule Castle right now, and we're going to go meet up with Zelda. She's going to give us the lowdown as to why you're a wolf, I'm pretty sure. I think the story behind that is Link just kind of entered the Twilight area, and instead of him turning into a spirit, the Triforce of Courage just kind of like protected him and turned him into like a wolf. Kind of like the bunny from A Link to the Past when he entered the Dark World. I think it's something that's similar to that. But yeah, we're just going to enter the door here and skip some more cutscenes, and Zelda's in a robe, and we're like, yep, we're going to leave now, and see you later. Bye.
It's nice that it does let you skip a lot of these cutscenes.
Yeah. I can't think of another Zelda game besides Skyward Sword that lets you skip cutscenes like this. Maybe Breath of the Wild? I don't remember.
I don't think there really are that many cutscenes in that one.
No, there definitely aren't. Okay, but we have our first major skip coming up here, being Sword and Shield skip. It's going to be using a trick called an LJA, or long jump attack, but it's going to be using an enemy instead of the boomerang that we get later in the run. So I'm going to take my good buddy Hugo here, as the community likes to call him. He's a bokoblin, and I'm going to be using him to hopefully jump into a trigger and skip having to get the sword and the shield from Ordon Village, because I already technically have them. I really hope that my nerves don't ruin this, because this is a pretty difficult trick to actually nail off. Need to shake him out a little bit. And
Yeah,
he's
I've
swinging at
definitely
me.
seen plenty of people fail this, but you know.
Yeah, it's a hard trick. Don't get me wrong. And he keeps swinging at me because I'm a little too close, but that's okay. If I line myself up in this spot right here. Here, buddy. Him swinging at you is purely RNG as far as I'm aware. I don't trust that.
Dang.
I did a bad back hop there. That's unfortunate. It's okay. It's just a little bit of time loss if you fail it. Hopefully I'll get it on the second try. That's
Yeah,
my
just set it up again.
yeah. It's a bit of a setup. Unfortunately, he still needs to be alive when you jump attack him. So
Unfortunately.
yeah, because if he dies in 2 jump attacks, but you can't target him when he like dies.
Makes
So
sense.
yeah, it does make sense. So you need to jump off the bridge and just redo it. But yeah, I use the senses mode just so I can like get a easier visual where I'm standing at, because it gives you like, it just makes like viewing stuff a lot easier. Just weird lighting stuff with it. I was definitely nailing this in practice. I got it like 4 times in a row, so I felt pretty confident about it, but marathon nerves are really getting to me, I guess. I don't trust where you're standing, dude. Come on. That should work. No, that didn't work. Oh, that should have worked. But it didn't. Oh, that's really unfortunate. Okay, I need to fall off the bridge and I'm gonna get game over, but that's okay.
So what are you looking for exactly here? Like, what makes this so difficult?
Okay, so there's like a lot of different, ways you can go about this trick. Depending on where Hugo's standing, it's kind of hard to explain, but there's a lot of variables. So as soon as he starts swinging, you want to do a back jump, and then almost immediately after that, you want to jump attack him. Do a little bit of a slide, and then jump attack again. And while he's in the air, you're gonna get like a huge boost forward. There's 2 triggers there. There's the one where Minda is like, oh, I told you to not come this way because you need a sword and a shield, so come back here later when you get those. And then there's the other trigger, which is gonna take priority if I hit the actual zone.
So then the goal is to jump over the first trigger to
Exactly.
the second one. Okay.
Because the other one is still there, it's just further back. That's really unfortunate. I'm kind of surprised that these aren't working.
I'm sure you got it.
Yeah, it's these marathon nerves, man. They're really, really getting to me. Oh my god, I need to set up a little bit.
Yeah, for what it's worth, you know, having played this casually and the start being so slow, I know it might seem this might still seem slow to you, but this honestly seems like such a fast pace.
Yeah, like, don't get me wrong, this is not an easy trick. Like, this is probably one of the biggest roadblocks for people wanting to even attempt to run this game. Or at least that's what I hear from a lot of people. I had a good friend, Glubbers, sit me down with this not too long ago because I had been struggling with it for a while because I just didn't have a full grasp or understanding of the trick. But now that I do, I can really only blame marathon nerves, really just, you know, making this not easy for me. But we're going to get it on this one. I can feel it. I didn't feel it. Oh, this is really, really unfortunate, man. Really unfortunate. It's got to be one trick, right?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to grab some hearts here just so I don't game over.
Right, and I noticed you're also picking up rupees along the way.
Yes.
I assume there's something you're saving up for?
Yes. So later in the run, I need to have 300 rupees to repair a cannon to go to one of the dungeons called City in the Sky, which
Gotcha.
we get to much earlier than you're intended supposed to. Come on, Hugo.
I'm surprised they even let him go this far from where he starts.
That's what I thought too. It's honestly really weird.
All right, here we go.
Yeah, this is it right here. I promise there is game after this. It's not just push the enemy simulator.
There
we go. That's it. Woo! Yeah,
right.
let's go.
Let's go.
Yes. All right. Now we have another hard skip coming up. Well, that's already. It's not that bad. It's nothing like Sword and Shield skip because there's not nearly as much setup time for it. So if I fail it, then it's not really the end of the world. But like I said, there is more game after it. Excuse me.
All right, so what's this called?
With this right here?
Yes.
Oh, these are shadow beasts right here, popping out of the portal.
Oh, never mind.
What were you referring to?
I thought this was where a trick happened.
No, not right here.
Getting ahead of
It's
myself.
the next set of them, but not right here. This is your tutorial on how to defeat these guys. You can't kill all three of them at the same time here. The game just forces you not to. You definitely could spin attack all of them and kill them, but it's just like a forced roadblock. Oh no, I can't defeat them. Minna, please help me. And she's like, oh, don't worry, I have an AoE attack for some reason, and then I can help you kill all of them. So you just have her circle go around them, and you attack them all, and then they're dead. I'm going to be using them for a skip in just a little bit. Not those specific ones, but another one coming out. All right. So, if you're familiar with Twilight Princess and you've played the game casually before, you're also familiar with these bugs. Well, thankfully, we don't need to deal with the first ones because we'll be able to leave the forest early later. But don't worry, we still have the Elden region and the Lanyaru region that we can take care of back to back, which is going to be really fun. 20 minutes of just bug hunting. Don't worry, I'll make sure it's all super exciting for you guys when we get there. Oh, you see this guy? This is bug number 2. And there's bug number 3.
So where are we heading right now?
Right now we're heading toward the area for early Master Sword. Usually you would just be heading along this path just to collect bugs, and then you would restore the area back to like its light world and getting rid of the Twilight in it. But we're not doing that. And what's actually kind of funny, later in the credits part, since we never actually like clear out this Twilight area, it's still here in the credits. So like whenever you get to a portion where Farron is, it just starts playing the Twilight music. Oh, whoops, I pressed X a little too soon. Or Z. Those are some more bugs. That's your tutorial that there are bugs digging into the dirt that you need to dig out. But thankfully, later you're able to attack them well before they can actually dig into the ground. But anyways, done with bugs. Now we're talking about early Master Sword. I'm going to line myself up by this little root over here. Hopefully this guy gives me a good swing, and I can just jump up on the ledge up here.
Hey, there we go.
Yeah,
that
there we
was a little
go.
better than the
That
last
was
one.
Yeah, that's first try. Let's go. What's really fun is that guy's attacks are completely RNG. Not too long ago, I actually had a run completely die because he has 2 swings. There's one where he does like an underhand one, which is the one that I want him to do, so I can actually jump up onto the ledge there using Minna's AoE attack. I believe the trick is called the Minna Super Jump or something. It has something to do with Minna, and it's a jump. That's all I know the name of the trick. But yeah, we're not supposed to be here yet. I'm getting ahead of myself. I wasn't even finished talking about the Shadow Beast stuff from before. But yeah, basically is 2 attacks. One of them is like the overhand one, and then the other one is like an undercut. You want the undercut one because if he gives you the overhead attack one, you can't jump up onto the ledge. It's just has to do with like the way his swinging goes. It's it's really finicky, but it's not that hard of a trick once you like actually get it down compared to Sword and Shield skip. But yeah, right now I'm in the Sacred Grove, and you may have noticed the song I was playing before was actually Zelda's Lullaby from Ocarina of Time. I'll be playing it one more time in a little while. But right now we're chasing Skull Kid, and I believe this is supposed to be the same one from Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. Could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's implied somewhere. But yeah, we are on our way to go and get the Master Sword, which we are definitely not supposed to have at this point in the game, but it's going to help a lot with sequence breaking later, such as being able to transform anywhere, even in the Twilight, because the game doesn't check for that, because it doesn't have a reason to.
Pretty convenient.
Yeah. Yeah, we're just doing some running around right here, just climbing up some ledges right here. Just going to get Skull Kid. I just gotta say though, this is one of my least favorite parts playing the game casually, because I think it was the one behind the waterfall where I was not really able to find him easily when I was a kid. So I legitimately spent like an hour here casually for the first time playing the game.
Yeah, I remember I spent a long time myself too, because I didn't know how it worked. I was playing with speakers and didn't realize that the directional audio was actually important.
Yep. I mean, I was playing on like a CRT back in the day, so like, I feel you there. But right now we're just going to be attacking Skull Kid. You can't jump attack at him or just attack him in general until he starts spawning these enemies at you, these little puppet masters that he has following him. I'm pretty sure their official name is just Puppet. So like right when he's about to blow his horn there, you want to attack him. Yeah, the best way to deal with these guys is just like let them all group up a little bit and just do a quick spin attack. And Skull Kid is done playing because we attacked him too much, so he's just gonna leave now.
Honestly, fair.
Yeah, I can't really blame him. Normally, later in the game, you would come back to this area and play with him again and attack him. But skips make run go fast, so we don't need to do that. All right, but here comes everybody's favorite part. Yeah, you're right. Everybody's favorite puzzle in the game right here, the Master Sword puzzle.
Something tells me it'll go a little easier than most casuals.
Yes. Little fun fact, if you press the X button on a specific frame as Link is like jumping, it'll like make the senses appear like that. I'm pretty sure it's frame perfect. It doesn't do anything, it's just visual. But yeah, like the puzzle here is essentially just a rectangle for the quickest path. It's kind of funny. Which is really convenient because it's really easy to memorize.
Oh, there we go.
Yep, this is the puzzle. Not very hard, just go on a rectangle or a square. And here we are to the Master Sword, 29 minutes into the game. A little slower than I would have liked, but you know what? That's okay.
Hey, you got that. You got that.
Exactly, I got the Master Sword. Now, you know, just got a flake over here, just gonna stretch a bit. Ugh, shake some of these nerves out. And now he's no longer a wolf, for now. Oh, also, something that's really funny here, Minna is supposed to be right there, like where the camera pans, but she's just not. It has to do with something with you like entering this area when you're not supposed to. I couldn't exactly tell you why. But there she is now. She's there again. Or she's there now. She wasn't there before.
She just got confused. You were doing things weird.
Yeah. She was like, well, I'm not supposed to be here yet. I might as well just, I don't know, go get something to eat. But yeah, now that we have the Master Sword, we are able to do quite a lot of sequence breaking because we can transform into human Link when we're really not supposed to. And the Master Sword this early on can deal with some bosses extremely quickly, especially the mini-boss in Lakebed Temple where we'll be getting the claw shot in about 20 minutes or so.
So how much more damage does the Master Sword do?
Oh, I think it's double.
Okay.
Believe it's double. Yeah, there's not really much going on here. It's just mash through some text, story stuff. I think the stuff going on here then is like, hey, can you like bring me to the Mirror of Twilight, which is in the Arbiter's Grounds, and that's a dungeon we'll be taken care of later.
Yeah.
Because that is required to get to later portions in the game as well. And, oh, also, this is also a very important one. Now that I have the Master Sword, I can warp from anywhere, theoretically, well, anywhere, like, within reason. I don't think you can do it in dungeons, but yeah.
Pretty convenient.
Yeah, so you can only warp as Wolf for some reason, which is why you need the Master Sword, because it lets you like swap between Wolf and Human Link whenever you want. But right now, I'm going to be making my way to the Forest Temple, so I'm going to be going back the way that I came for the early Master Sword, like jump up onto the out of bounds area. But yeah. There's this little convenient dig spot right here too that I went through before. If you use your senses there, you can actually see it, and it takes you to the end of like this passage here. This is the same passage I took at the beginning of the game with the lantern. But also you may realize that, oh, well, I mean, there's a bunch of poison here. What are you going to do about it? Well, we're just going to flick our lantern and jump into it. Flick it again and just start rolling. Yeah, so when you come to this portion in the game for the first time, you usually have like the monkey that will steal your lantern, and you're supposed to protect her and stuff. But that mist is always there. There's a timer on it when you use your lantern, where it will like eventually just knock Link out, and you'll start back to where you were before. Nice, I'm really glad he didn't notice me there. I mean, I wish he did. I was being sarcastic, but. Yeah, there's like a little timer there. If you like use your lantern in the mist, it'll like knock you out in like a couple seconds or so. So if you just like roll 3 times, use the lantern, roll 3 times, it'll never like get you. All right, but coming up, we have our next instance of Back in Time in the Forest Temple. This is going to be using the second save file that I created earlier, and this is going to be setting up for a couple of things. One of which is giving me all the monkeys that I'm supposed to normally get in the Forest Temple much earlier than you're supposed to. So I'll explain this when I get to it, but I have to make another quick save file here, because if I don't and I attempt to do Back in Time and reset, then I won't be able to continue. But I'm going to kill this Keys here so he doesn't bother me. So I'm going to line myself up with one of these textures on the wall. That was way too late of a pause there. I'm trying to open up the item menu on a specific frame, and I'll know if I get it because Link's sword is going to be facing pretty much horizontally. Not like that. That's rather unfortunate because now I actually have to die because I don't have enough HP to actually do Back in Time, so I'll just have to jump out of bounds again. Like that. It's frame perfect, and it doesn't really take much time to set back up. This happens every once in a while. It's not really the end of the world. Maybe it is because I failed Sword and Shield skip a couple of times, but we're not going to think about that.
No, you're good.
Yeah, we're already moved on from that. Yeah, this Back in Time is a little precise. I don't trust that angle. That's going to work. Okay. So yeah, I was sort of straight, equip Iron Boots, and then reset. And this should put me on the title screen, just as it did before. Now, I'm going to roll off the side, and I'm going to press A as Link is voiding, and I'm going to open up this menu right here, the specific, yeah. Okay.
Some music.
Yeah, nice music. So essentially what I just did there is I entered the King Bokoblin mini-boss fight. And that is going to set the mini-boss flag, which is going to also give me the monkeys. I assume they have to be tied to the same flag, as far as I'm aware. That's what I've been told. So now that that flag is set, when I go out to the bridge coming up here, after I free this monkey here, all the monkeys are just going to show up as soon as I open up the door. It's nothing really more than that. They're just going to appear out of thin air. Pretty much, they're just going to walk up from behind me. But right here, you may notice, oh, I don't have the slingshot. You're supposed to get that at the beginning of the game to kill these spiders, but I don't have those. So instead, I'm just going to throw these Deku Baba heads at them, which seems to work. If I didn't have that, it wouldn't really be much of it. Or if I didn't have the option of throwing that at them, it wouldn't be much of an issue, because you can aggro one of them down the vine and use Wolf Link to kill them.
You know, just a spider. No big deal.
Yeah, we're just gonna ignore that. He doesn't really do much to you. Yeah, but I'm gonna open up this door. And monkeys!
Hey!
All 4 that we need. But yeah, Mendo's right here like, oh, well, he just knocked down the bridge. There's the mini boss, like, monkey coming out. And he's going to give us probably one of the most useful tools for the speedrun, that being the Gale Boomerang. Or should I say Boomerang? Avatar fans get that?
So how does this fight work?
So there's RNG in it, of course. It's RNG how many times he decides to hop around here. 4, that's not bad at all. So normally here, he gets knocked down from his own boomerang, and I can beat him in 1 cycle because the Master Sword. Essentially what I just did was wait for him to throw the boomerang, bonk into it, he gets like dizzy, like, and then the boomerang just hits him back in the face. He gets knocked down, attack his butt, and then a bug falls off of his head, which was actually controlling him. He wasn't actually evil or anything. And then he gets scared and runs off. What were you going to say though, JK? I'm sorry.
Oh, no, nothing.
Oh. How did you feel about that mini-boss? That design of him?
You know, it's fine. I was more focused on the fact that it's just so much faster with the Master Sword.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah, but all right. Gale Boomerang, one of the best items you can get in this game, period. So if you're not familiar with the Gale Boomerang, well, you will be very soon. It is a very, very broken tool in a very simple sense, because essentially it's going to make me jump really far. It's very similar to what I was doing with Sword and Shield Skip earlier, but now I can pretty much do it whenever I want, within reason.
Are we going to get to see that right away?
Yes, actually. So right now I'm going to warp back to the beginning of Farron Woods because I have no need to finish the Forest Temple there. All I needed was the boomerang, and we could just dip on out. And now, you know the area where I picked up the lantern? Well, that's also the place where you leave Farron. But normally, exiting that area, or attempting to leave the area, Midna is like, well, you can't leave this area. You gotta like clear the Twilight out. But thankfully the devs decided to just leave the gate open for us, or I guess just not put doors on it for some reason this time, because they're just not there, I don't think. But if I set up myself about right here, swap to Human Link, turn around, put on Iron Boots and Gale Boomerang, the Iron Boots are for later. And do 2 boomerang jumps, such like that, I can jump right into the loading zone.
Nice.
Which was really cool. I believe that that portion over there is considered out of bounds, which is why the boomerang jump even works in the first place. But we have another instance of a boomerang jump coming up here, or an LJ, long jump attack, boomerang, long jump attack, to skip our good friend, the mailman. Everybody loves him.
Skip the mailman.
Yeah, I know. He's a wacky character, but he's still. Alright, if I line up about right here, this should work. That didn't work. Hey! I was a little too far back, just barely.
It's okay. We could hear the mailman.
Yeah, you
So,
know, it works out, you know. He's a good fella. He's an odd one, but he's good. I can really respect him doing his job. Oh, also, fun fact about the mailman. If you've played Twilight Princess before and done the Cave of Ordeals, or you haven't, I guess, the Cave of Ordeals is kind of like a gauntlet of sorts, a la like Paper Mario, Pit of 100 Trials. Same sort of deal like that. It's just a bunch of waves of enemies, and you just keep going down floors to floors. Well, on like I think it's the last 10 floors of the Cave of Ordeals, the postman is just kind of there trying to deliver a letter, and he got past like really tough enemies that you don't fight until like the end of the game. So like he must be really powerful, you know?
What's he hiding?
I don't know. He's got like something. All right, but now we're in the Elden region, and we have another skip coming up here, two potentially, if I nail off the first one. Gorge Void, frame perfect. You only have one shot at it, and if you fail it, you lose a minute. You have one frame to actually jump into this gorge right here. I need to pay attention. Got it. Okay, cool.
Yo, let's go.
Let's go. So now that I got Gorge Void, I can attempt to do Rupee Roll earlier than I'm earlier than I can if I failed Gorge Void. It's going to get me to the other side of the gorge. I'll explain why this is important in a little bit. But it's a bit of a tough trick, so I want to focus on it. Nice.
There
okay,
we go.
Good. First try. That's really good. Okay, so actually, I'll explain it again in a second because there's another important thing coming up here.
It's back to back to back.
Yeah, back to back to back. There's like a small trigger up here as a result of me doing that back in time earlier for King Bokoblin. There is a trigger like right past this gate that I just want to avoid, and if I walk into it, it's going to lose me a good bit of time if I'm not careful. Okay, we're in the clear.
Okay.
I'll have to avoid it again on my way back, but essentially Gorge Void and Rupee Roll allows me to skip having to complete Farron, because if you Minna will like say, oh, there must be some way for us to cross here. Maybe you can find like something that goes here, which is the bridge that's missing. But you can't actually access that until after you beat Farron Twilight, because Minna just won't have the trigger to warp it away. So that's why doing Rupee Roll is important. Gorge Void is just something that's on top of that. Normally, if you don't get Gorge Void, what you have to do is just come back here later, and you just do stuff in a little bit of a different order, which loses about a minute if you missed Gorge Void. Okay.
Okay, nice.
Okay. Thankfully, I don't need to worry about that trigger ever again, because you don't need to pass back through there. But the big reason why I actually ended up going in that area first is because it saves some time on backtracking. So instead of me having to go back to this area and jump over the void, normally what I would have to do is warp to where I'm going right now at a later point again for a third time. And I would have to go all the way back through to the Elden area that I had just gone through, just so I could go attempt Rupee Roll. But now that I got it out of the way, I can just warp there when I'm done with what I need to do now, instead of warping back to where I just did now and then running all the way there. But regardless, I have to do this now anyway, because now I'm going to go make my way to do yet another hard trick called Pillar Clip, which allows us to enter Lakebed Temple early. Once again, I have to do this long jump attack. Just get out of Farron once more. I don't have to do that anymore because I get Gorge Void, which is cool. But yeah, we have two things coming up here. We have Gate Clip, which is pretty easy. It's just bonk into the gate and then side hop into it when I get there. I'll best like show it to you. It's really finicky. It just has to do with like the gate's like collision moving around when you bonk into it, but it looks really weird when it happens.
Just some open field running.
Yeah, nothing much going on right here. Just running
Get
up
some
to.
exercise.
Yeah, exactly. Got to get him used to his new wolf body. Alright, so I'm going to line myself up about right here. Side hop a few times. I just messed it up a little bit. That's okay. Oh, get out of here, yes. Please.
I see what you're trying to do.
Yeah. There we go. But yeah, when you bonk into the gate right there, it like swings it back and forth along with the collision. It's not just visual.
Yeah, surprising the collision would move with that.
Yeah. Right? Okay, and right here, there's a cutscene trigger for this like portion.
Right.
Yeah, it didn't. No, it does not look right. I can kind of explain that in a little bit, but essentially, like, there's just a cutscene trigger there, and you're not supposed to interact with it from that side, nor is Human Link. And little fun fact, you can't actually, you only have like a few seconds to actually skip that cutscene, and if you don't, like the cutscene starts playing out, and it doesn't let you skip it after that. It's really weird. I don't get it. But yeah, this is Pillar Clip. This is really, really difficult. So I need a little focus here. Oh, this might not work. It might be too far down. I'm still going to try it, but I really don't think that's going to work. No, that didn't work. That's unfortunate. Yeah, so I'm trying to clip into this pillar right here so I can enter like the temple early. That loses about like 35 seconds if I fail it, I believe, 30 to 40. But that's one of the coolest tricks in the run because if you fail it, it's really cool. But we need to do this because the order that we do things in, we don't actually obtain the Zora armor. So thankfully, the lake here, Lake Hylia, is kind of drained because Zora's river is currently frozen over. Oh no, spoilers, sorry. All the Zoras are frozen underneath the waterfall. But yeah, thankfully, since the water here is really low, we can barely just make it into the temple if we clip properly. Man, it feels like some of the stuff you practice the most and then you just can't get it in runs is like really irritating. Okay, this should work, I think. Yeah. Yes. Okay, cool. Second try. Yes. Woo! Yeah! Round of applause from all the people here. Woo! Yeah! Football. I love sports. All right, so I had to save and reset there because there's no way you can make it to the entrance of the temple with your air meter. But thankfully, it just kind of puts us right where you're supposed to enter the temple.
Oh.
Yeah, if it didn't, I don't think we'd be able to do that.
It's a lot of really convenient things.
Yeah.
That just happen.
Yep. So if you want to see some really cool boomerang jumps, this is the place you want to see. Because there's some pretty neat ones coming up here. You may wonder, oh, well, you don't have bombs or anything. How are you supposed to break these down? You don't even have your bow. Well, thankfully, we have the boomerang, and we can just target that, do that, and then once again go up here. So I was talking earlier about boomerang jumps. Link attempts to jump towards something that's either extremely far away from him through targeting it, or something that's extremely high up, which will give him distance. The same thing applies if the boomerang itself is either out of bounds or really cool. Probably one of the cooler ones. But yeah, the same thing applies if that boomerang is out of bounds or above a void of some sort. It just, I don't know exactly how it handles it, but the baby explanation is boomerang is over void, so it just makes it think it's really high up. So Link just attempts to attack something that's really high up that isn't actually high up, and it's instead in front of him. And now we get our favorite companion. Link's face here is how I feel about that. But yeah, we need Uku. It's very important. If you do not get Uku in the speedrun for this temple, you can't re-enter unless if you go get Zora armor. Because we make Lake Hylia like all filled back up again. We're actually going to use Uku twice to come back here. One for... There you go. One for getting some water bombs, and then the other one for actually beating the temple. But coming up right here, this is, I believe, the last instance of the mini-boss trigger that I hit during Back in Time. Since that trigger is still active, or the flag, whatever the two it is, since that is still active, if I enter this room and look up, normally that doesn't do anything if you enter from the side, but since the trigger is active, the mini-boss activates. Normally there's a little scene that'll play if you enter the room normally, and I would assume that's how it gets triggered normally. But this is Deku Toad. You can one-cycle this. All I have to do is slash my sword in a good way. Not like that! I almost guarantee you it's probably
the 2-cycle.
Yeah, the 2-cycle. It's probably from where I was standing. Link was in a pretty bad spot toward the end of that, and it just didn't get the last sword swing to interact. It's just one sword swing away, unfortunately. I'm just gonna jump attack it. Yeah, it's unfortunate. But yeah, you can one-cycle with the Master Sword. You can't with the basic Wardon Sword, unfortunately. But yeah, this is going to give us Hook Shot, which is a very good item that we definitely need.
Or Claw Shot, right?
Oh, yeah, Claw Shot. I'm sorry. Hook Shot, Claw Shot. I've been playing too much.
Totally different.
Hey, yeah, I've been playing too much Wind Waker Randomizer. I'm too used to that right now. Out of curiosity, how does the chat feel about microwaves? Just random things. Just I can't read chat, but I just want to know your opinions on it when I look back at this later. You better say you love them, or else I'm going to be disappointed in you. All right, so now we're just going to warp ourselves on out of here. This is going to spit us right back out at the what spring is it? The Landiru Spring. Which, like I said, we're going to be coming back to Lake Bed Temple later, just to pick up some water bombs in one of the chests that are back there. You might have seen it, but...
Some foreshadowing.
Yeah, highly seeing, man. Alright, yeah, we're just going to do some quick running and some quick jumping off some ledges here. And we're going to talk to probably my favorite NPC in the game. This is Fire. Spelled F-Y-R-E. He's a pretty fire character, if you ask me.
I was going to say, you wouldn't be wrong if you said F-I-R-E.
Yeah, he's freaking out because he sees that enemy over there, so we're going to go take care of that. He can't see us, by the way. We're, like, I guess, just invisible to him because right now the whole world is casted along Twilight, and there's a bunch of weird stuff going on. But there are two ways to kill this fast. The way that I'm doing it is a little bit slower than the fast way, but there is a chance to soft lock or crash if you're not careful. So I'm not going to do that. So instead, if I line myself up in the right spot and then back jump and jump attack, I should be able to, yep, just like that, hit him again. Normally he would fly around in a circle and then come back down and attack you. Hey, I can see Lake Bed Temple from here. Nice camera.
Yeah.
And there also is, if you're familiar with Twilight Princess, there's a flight segment coming up here in 3 seconds. I guess I didn't need to explain that since it's happening literally like right now. There's a little clip coming up here that saves about 6 to 8 seconds. I was doing really bad with it in practice, and I don't think it's worth it to go for it if I'm just gonna not get the clip. So we're just gonna see the area as intended. You can clip up in that little notch area up at the top that I just flew by. It's not hard, but I just don't feel confident in it, so I'm just not gonna go for it. So you guys get to see a little scenery along with some falling rocks, hopefully not hitting us. And also, recently I found out, so there's a loading spot coming up here where you enter the other portion of the river, right? Well, I guess I was wrong, and it's actually not a loading zone. It's really weird. So I guess it tracks what I think it's your z-axis, right? From like distance.
X and Z.
X and Z, okay. Yeah, it tracks one of your axes. I believe it's the Z one, where it sees how far you are along the map, and then it just decides to warp you. It's not like a loading zone. It's really weird. So I'm pretty sure like wherever this trigger is, or wherever it like wants you to go to, you could be pretty much anywhere out of bounds, and I'm pretty sure it would still warp you here. I don't know how true that is. I was just told that in my stream not too long ago. But it came from a reliable source, so I want to say it's right.
Makes sense. Only
You know
having
who
to check one coordinate.
Yeah, you know who you are. If you're making me look like an idiot, I'm coming after you. I'm just kidding. But,
Or is he?
oh, we'll see. But yeah, this is the area I was talking about. That's all frozen over thanks to Xant's efforts of trying to, I guess, just delete everybody from existence in Hyrule. But yeah, normally they're supposed to be... Nice, I hit Z by accident. That's cool. Normally there's supposed to be like flowing water here, but there isn't at the moment. So instead, we're just gonna climb up all this ice and just, you know, do our favorite Sonic Adventure press the A button at the right time moment. Little fun thing right there. Normally, if you end Midna's like hops at the end there, that last one, before I came up to the top, I had to press Z again. Wolf Link will like hang off the side, but if you L target and hold back, he won't do that. Just like a small little thing. It's kind of neat. They definitely didn't give you enough room there. Come here. Okay, so this is the part where I was talking about earlier. If I didn't get Gorge Void, I wouldn't have been able to do Rupee Roll, so I'd have to go do that now. But thankfully, I can just warp away and just go to Elden. To Kakariko, Elden, whatever. Kakariko in the Elden region. That's what I'm trying to say. I think for the most part, all my nerves are shaken off too, so that's good. It sucks that some of the hardest tricks are at the beginning of the run, or else I feel like I would have done better with them, but you know, it's okay.
Yeah, sometimes it just be that way.
Yeah, exactly. That's why you plan for high estimates, right? Anyways, we got our first portion of bugs. Don't worry, everybody. It's really exciting.
Let's go.
Yes, bugs. Don't be too excited. Yep. There's actually a pretty cool trick coming up in like the mid part of this bug section. One of them right here, I'm not actually going to obtain the tier yet, but you can actually just clip into this wall if you side hop next to it, which is pretty neat. Normally you have to go through a long path and watch a cutscene, which is probably skippable. I don't know because I never go there. But yeah, there's some bugs here that we're going to take care of. If I position myself correctly, it should have killed all of them, but it didn't. Unfortunately. The one bug was in a pretty bad spot next to the other one, so I guess he just kind of ignored it and just hopped straight to the other one, attempting to attack it, but it didn't work out. It's okay. It doesn't really make much of a difference. But yeah, now that I killed this other bug out here, its tier is just kind of sitting here, so I can just quickly run into it. I believe you want to kill it before you enter the well, because that cutscene there, along with you being on like that little hill there, will give them enough time to just dig into the dirt, and then you have to dig him back out. Yeah, not really. Or I'm sorry, the most exciting gameplay going on right now, bug collecting. If you bonk into this wall here and then target him, he'll just kind of like fall down into the hole here, and you don't have to really climb out, except when you want to grab the tier. Like that. So that works out. I hope that wasn't too quick on entering the loading zone. It should have been. No, it wasn't. Okay. What's really cool about these tiers is that if you collect one and like enter a loading zone or warp away too quickly, it doesn't actually get added to your thing until it shows up on the little like tier bar there. The vessel. That's what it's called. The spirit vessel.
If that happens, you can still go back. And
Yeah, you
get
can
it.
go back
Okay.
and get it. It's just not like collected, which is really cool. I learned that the hard way when I first started running this game. But yeah, once again, I'm gonna let that spawn in, and I bonked into the little stand there, so it aggroed this bug up here, and then I can easily just kill it when I come up, since it's trying to attack me, but it can't because it's, you know, up here and I'm down there. Yeah, I can just scoop up this right here, climb some ledges, some shelving. Oh, that's not good. Normally you can do some quick hops up those ledges, but I messed it up a little bit. And if I'm not careful, it'll fall all the way back down. So we're not going to do that. That's a little slow. Too slow for my liking.
All right, and it looks like there's like a little bit of a delay before you can actually collect the.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, there is. The hitbox for the tier doesn't actually like appear until a little bit after you actually kill them, and they're like spawn in the air. So like, if I attempt to jump into that, it's not gonna do anything. So that was good. If you press A on a certain frame, you can actually jump instantly with Minda. I was attempting to do that in Hyrule Castle Sewers, but it's really just something to mash for, and you hope to get it. Not really much more than that. Okay, that's cool. Trying to do that, but I missed the roof. Instead of like climbing up slowly. Also a little bug tip right here. If you jump attack from far away here, instead of him landing up on the top bookshelf there, he'll land at the bottom and you can easily kill him. There's a lot of like minor stuff that definitely racks up in these bug segments, but it's not really entertaining, I would say.
It seems like it's one of those sections that's like not too hard to do, but hard to do really fast.
Yeah. So right here we have another boomerang jump. That should be fine. Yep, okay. I'll explain it when I kill the bug, but... So, I killed that bug, and now this house is gone. Yeah, so you're not supposed to be able to kill that bug before he enters it, and if you do, the house just kind of disintegrates. It's usually supposed to explode, because what happens is the bug goes into the house, you follow the bug inside, turns out there's actually 3 in there, and when you light the fireplace on fire, all the bugs like get set on fire because they're sitting like up at the top of the fireplace, and they get lit up on fire and they freak out and stuff. And then they like light the whole building on fire, which is conveniently placed with a bunch of bombs. It's like a bomb shed, which is pretty cool. You may have noticed there as well, I side hopped into that rupee. I did that specifically so it didn't play the cutscene of me obtaining a blue rupee for the first time. I'm going to probably do that again later. Nice, I don't think I've ever landed up on that little ledge there. That's interesting. But I think it goes based off of how long you're in the air for after collecting the rupee if it decides to just skip the cutscene. It's really weird. But cutscenes are slow, but I need the money, so... good to get. 26 rupees right now isn't that bad. It's a little low, but it's not really that bad. Also, right here, if I climb up in the right spot, Link just kind of like clips up and is on the top of the platform. It has to do with like the collision of the wall and him climbing up. It just kind of like forces him up on the ledge. Right here we have yet another bug. Oh, what are you doing? Oh, we side hopped. Why'd you do that? That's cool. Ding him up, please. Thank you. That's nice time. It must have been my stick angle paired with the camera there that kind of just messed that up a bit. It's a little unfortunate, but it shouldn't be not much time lost. Dang, there's really a lot of things that are adding up to be quite hefty, but you know, I'm not going to worry too much about it. Not going to complain. Can't run into those geysers because we are currently on a volcano, and those are like heat geysers. I don't know what you'd call them, but they hurt you. They knock you over. Now we got some more shadow beasts here. We're going to be using this warp almost immediately after we're done with this segment here. I'll explain a little something coming up soon, but it's a little irrelevant right now. It's a little bit of a joke coming up. Yeah, just we have one more bug after this. If I am quick enough here, I should be able to. That's not good. Oh, I know why I didn't make the cycle, because the Shadow Beast decided it didn't want to come after me. It didn't really matter, though, because I was still waiting anyway, so getting knocked down there didn't lose any time.
I hate it when I run into hot water and fall down.
Oh my god, I hate that too. It sucks. What? What are you doing? You should have hit him. Why did you do that? Alright, that's the end of the first bug segment. Woo! Yeah! Woo! Yes! Alright. Now, normally, Link would be human here, but I think it has something to do with you having the Master Sword where he isn't. And there's just a bunch of kids standing by the wolf. Take that as you will. That doesn't really sound very safe to them.
It's okay. They're only a little traumatized now.
Yeah, they're only a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Oh, and get used to them because they're going to be there later. When I have to come back to the area. They're just kind of... I think they're just kind of stuck there forever. But yeah, so I came back to Death Mountain here, and I'm going to wait for this huge rock to hopefully not crush me. It doesn't, actually. It's just a joke. But, so... Normally, you can't take this with you when you first come to this area. And in English, I don't know exactly what it says in German here. I would assume it's some sort of rough translation. But Minna says, this is still a little warm, even though it's been here for a while, as it just came out of the volcano. Nice, I got the side hop there. That is frame perfect, and there isn't really much of a timing for it besides mash because there's no visual for it because it's just on the fade in the from the black there. So it's just hope you get it.
And what does that skip?
That just skips a little text box with Minna.
Oh, okay.
So it doesn't save much time. Also, notice there that Link just howled like a wolf, even though I'm very much not a wolf right now. When you unfreeze that, you're supposed to be a wolf. So I would assume there's like no check to see whether or not he's a wolf, which, you know, that makes sense. There's no need for it.
No reason for it.
Yeah.
Normally.
Man, and I hope you guys really liked bugs because
that was my favorite part of the run so far.
Well, good, because there's so much more.
Let's go.
Back to back. What did I tell you? 2 minutes apart. Don't worry. What's really unfortunate, though, is that this is the last one we have to do. I know.
You mean that we get to do?
Yeah, that we get to do. There is technically one more, but it's not fast, so we're not doing it. I know. Pretty cring, if you ask me.
Maybe someone will route it in later.
Yeah, maybe. Well, there actually... Okay, so there actually is a route where you do it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. If you decide you don't want to do Gorge Void, I'm pretty sure it is faster to clear the Farron Twilight. I don't know the exact reason for it. It has to do with, like, routing stuff, but it's that paired with another trick that you're able to do. I believe Glubbers does that route. It's a very cool route, and I think he just does it because he prefers it, and he also just wants to give it, like, some love and some showcase just because it doesn't really get much of that, just because it's not the fastest one. But you can still get a very good time with it. Don't get me wrong. Once again, we get ourselves another warp here, which will be useful for later. We do have to kill them, though, so it's not like, oh, I don't need the warp, so I might as well just not kill them. You do need to if you're like in the barrier with them. There's no way to escape it as far as I'm aware. Once again, I'm just going to pick up some rupees from this grass here. and I needed to wait for the tier to hit the vessel there, like I was saying before. If I warped away too quickly, it wouldn't have been added to my the vessel there. And there's a little bit of bug manip coming up over here. I'm gonna bonk into the wall twice, and then I'm gonna go over to that little torch there. And it should go into a specific spot for me. Yep, right there. And I can just kill it like that. So I've had this happen too many times before, but before I learned a consistent setup for it. But there's actually a cutscene right here. If you're not careful, you can actually jump attack into it. Yeah, it's a little cutscene. It's not very fun to watch, but it doesn't like cause any issues or anything. Waterfall side hop right here. If I jump at the right time, I will land on the side there. I think you have a 2-frame window to get that, so that's pretty good. There is a bit of a slower and more consistent strat to getting over to this area over here, but that's slow. I don't want to do that.
And what frame rate does this game run at?
What was that?
What frame rate does this game run at?
30. So 30. It's not that bad, but it's it's still something at the time. There is technically a 3rd frame you can get. But you land at a lower ledge, and I believe it's faster than doing like just the slowest way to go about it. But it's like not fun when you get that because you have to like claw shot back up using like some vines. Also, those are the worst bugs in the game. Those lily pads. I got really good RNG with them.
I didn't see that at all.
Yeah. But yeah, due to the water and the fact that there's 2 of them and there's like small platforms, it makes it really not fun to want to attack them, especially when they try to attack you and then knock you off the lily pads. Yeah, not very fun, but thankfully that was good RNG and I didn't really have to mess around with it too much. Oh, whoa, look at those spirits over there. I can't wait to not interact with them. I'm pretty sure those are just Doras up there. Yeah, we're gonna interact with this lady over here. If you don't, this bug doesn't spawn in. But we'll be seeing her later as well. Good rupee spawns though. 35 right now is pretty solid. All right, now I'm gonna go and make my way across Hyrule Field once more and go to get 1 bug, which is in Hyrule Castle Town. Just 1. I have to make my way all the way over there just to get it. To be fair, there also is a warp there, like on my way, so I guess that's cool, which will save time for one thing, I guess, if you want to count that. But there is a little bit of camera manipulation right here. I don't even call it. It's not manipulation. It's just lag reduction strats. If you have the entire field open like that, since there's a lot of geometry and stuff that's loaded in on the screen, it just adds a little bit of lag. It's not much, but it is noticeable and it definitely adds on, especially when running across like a long distance like this. But since I can just look at the minimap, I can see exactly where I'm headed to. Same thing for right here. Once again, just gonna have the camera pop up above Lincoln Minda's head right there. Just ignoring all these enemies. You know, okay, so there's a rock that I passed right there, right? I don't know what it is. It might just be a practice ROM thing. But sometimes when I'm practicing this, I will see that rock just broken and there are rupees there. I know, like, yeah, like I know that you're supposed to break that with like a bomb or something, but sometimes I just see it broken, and I have no idea if that has something to do with the practice code, because I don't think I've seen it in a run before, but I could be wrong.
Maybe some weird flag set or something.
Yeah, it must be something really weird like that. I don't know what it is. Yeah, I killed those shadow beasts. I wanted to kill the one from a distance first, because there was a good chance that I would have bonked into the wall. Or not into the wall, into like the gate that they spawned in, if I killed the other one first. But that didn't end up going that way, so that's pretty cool. So you can't actually like normally dash around in Hyrule Castle Town here. So you need to do like a really weird thing where you jump attack, then B attack, then jump attack, then B attack, instead of just jump attacking, waiting for it to recharge. Because it resets the timer on it, so you can just keep alternating between these two. I don't know exactly why you can't, or yeah, I don't know exactly why they programmed it to be like that, but it just did. No dashing here. Sorry, kids, your wolf can't dash around in Hyrule Castletown in this game.
Could injure someone.
What was that?
You could injure someone.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there are people in this town. You don't want to hurt them. Granted, they can't see you, but we're just going to ignore that fact. Okay, once again, I'm back over here in Lake Hylia. Now that the, well, I guess it already has been flooded. I'm blanking out on that. But there's our buddy Fire once again. There's another bug that's kind of just chilling behind his house here, which is a little bit faster to get now than later. Sploosh into the water. It's a little unfortunate, but it's okay. Here, buddy. Thank you. But yeah, we got another Argarok flight going on here, and this time we are, instead of not trying to get hit by boulders, we're gonna try to collect some bugs that are along the river. And they very much knew that, I would assume that they must have known that you couldn't collect the bug or the tier right away, because these bugs specifically on the river right here, as soon as you kill them, it just gets added to your age there. Which makes sense, because imagine if you had to go back for them. They're just kind of chilling.
Turn around.
No, you can't turn around. I'm pretty sure you can. I'm not going to try it though. Maybe I'll try it another day, but not today. All right, now that I'm done here, I'm gonna bonk into the wall, and then I can just exit. Minna's gonna just ask me if I want to try it again, but no. All right, unfortunately, our bug hunting quest is almost to an end.
What?
Yeah, I know, it's really unfortunate, but where's this one? We have this last one right here. Since there's no more on the map. Huh, what is that cutscene? Oh, there's another bug over here. I wonder what this could be. I don't see one over there.
Maybe it's lying.
Yeah, it might be lying. That's not the right button. That's the right button. This is our final bug here. He's a boss. I don't think he has an official name. We call him Bug Boss. What was that?
That is a big bug.
It is a big bug. All right, a little more lag reduction here if we just zoom in on the camera. Plus stuff going on. I'll zoom it back out in a second. If I don't do that, I was trying to do a back hop and then jump attack into him, and it would have like stopped him in the air, and then I could have jump attacked him again to latch onto him, like I just did now, but it would have been a little quicker. We'll get it on the next one. It doesn't waste too much time if you miss it, but that's a little precise. And I fell in the water. That was really unfortunate because he was coming at me from a bad angle. Because the platform is only so big. But he decided to swarm back down pretty quickly. Now, I'm going to do my B attack, but I'm going to try and bonk into the side of that right there. His little like thing sticking out. It doesn't actually like see if you've hit every single one of them. But once you've like B attacked all of them and then just, I guess, try to attack one, as soon as your attack is over, it just kills it. I assume that's just the check for it to see when your attack is done. And since you bonk, your attack is over. But
Kind of makes sense in a way.
yeah, it does. But I know, guys, bug hunting is over. Now we have to go play the rest of the normal, boring game.
I mean, at least the game's still pretty good.
Yeah. All right, so right now we're just making our way back to Lake Hylia. We're just doing a little bit of like preparation before we get to Lake Bed Temple. Right now, I'm going to be making my way to a Howling Stone. Because if you're familiar with Twilight Princess, you know at the end of the game you need this attack called the Finishing Blow to defeat Ganondorf. Normally, you are forced into getting that attack from like the hero spirit, which is Link from Ocarina of Time. I'm pretty sure that's canon information. But regardless, you usually get that at the start of the game through a forced interaction with him in Farron. But since I never cleared Farron Twilight, that never happened. So if I don't get Ending Blow, I can't beat the game. So, I mean, obviously, like, the game is just going to assume that you have it since it's a forced attack that you're supposed to learn. That is Requiem of Spirit from Ocarina of Time, as far as I'm aware. And I just get to listen to some wolf jamming out. Ooh.
No.
Yeah. But yeah, can't beat the game if you don't have Ending Blow there. But it doesn't. So like, these Howling Stones aren't in a specific order based off of like which move you're gonna get from each. There isn't a specific move set for each wolf. It's in like a chronological order. Based off of like the attacks you will get depending, or no matter which wolf you end up interacting with. So like if I decide I want to skip one in a casual playthrough, I'll still get the same attack from the next one, even if I like skipped it, like the previous one, if that makes sense.
So you could have interacted with any of them and it would have given you finishing blow.
Yes.
Okay.
You may recognize her from before. We saved her from a bug, but now she's like, oh, we're closed, go away. Not until these guys just decide to drop in here, and then she does this. Yep, great scream, by the way. Yeah, we just saved her again. And she recognizes, oh, dang, Link's strong. Maybe he can help me out with my stuff. And we're gonna use that because she is going to give us a bomb bag, but it's not a permanent one. It's a temporary lent bomb bag from her. And normally, here you're not able to leave this area. By the way, I'm just going to drop some bombs here and just work out. Bye. Thanks for the bombs. You can have a few back. Have a nice day.
You know, just normal things.
Yeah, you know, is that like a... Is that a crime? Should I, like, be arrested for just deciding to light some explosives and lay them next to her?
Well, I didn't see them blow up, so...
Oh, that's true.
You know, they could be duds.
That's true.
Like,
okay.
These ones look like duds.
Yeah, I mean, they're not going off. All right, so basically right now you may be wondering, what is he doing with these bombs? Well, I don't need the bombs. I need the bomb bag. I need to get water bombs from that chest you can see to the left of Link there in the background. This is the fastest way to just dispose of these guys. This game does not endorse water pollution. But yeah, now that I got these, I'm just going to warp out. And using these water bombs, I'm going to use them to get a permanent bomb bag. Because if I save, or even go in, if I even go into the save menu, period, it actually removes that bomb bag. And I think that is like some sort of fail-safe to prevent you from saving with it, which would make sense. So like as soon as you open up the menu, it just disappears if you're not supposed to have it at that point. Which, you know, that makes sense to me. But yeah, now that I have those water bombs, you know that rock that I dropped into Zora's domain here? Well, it's still down there. And it turns out there's a friend in there for us. I'll let you see him in a little bit. Gotta stop the iron boots real quick. And I'm gonna pull a water bomb and I'm gonna blow this up because there's somebody in there. How is he alive? I don't know. Yeah, there's a Goron in there. He got stuck in the volcano and got stuck in the rock there. But he is going to give us a bomb bag for saving him. And
Wait, what?
yeah, I'll explain that in a second. But yeah, we just get the permanent bomb bag from him. And now when I save and quit, I'll have like this bomb bag permanently. I'm just going to drop my bombs on the way. But you may have noticed, how did I just zoom up like that? Well, if you pull out, or if you, I don't know, how do I explain this? if I attempt to drop the bomb, like as soon as Link pulls it, he'll just zoom up to the top of the room. There's an explanation of that somewhere, but it's very similar to a glitch that I'll be. Oh, hold on a second. Oh, map glitch. Ugh, okay. Totally forgot about that. That was a skip. That's the Japanese glitch I was talking about earlier. Or I'm sorry, the not Japanese glitch that I was talking about earlier that was patched out of the Japanese version of the game called map glitch. What I had done is, right now I just unplugged my GameCube controller, held down D-pad right and Z at the same time, and then plugged my controller back in. Doing that gives me a consistent way of pressing both D-pad right and the Z button on the same frame. And what that does is that opens up the map screen and activates Min at the same time. By doing that, I'm able to attempt to warp away, but the warp gets overridden by Midna, who takes priority over top of the warp away for some reason. That was patched out of the JP version, so when you attempt to warp away, Midna doesn't get called. I don't even think she ends up activating, period. But yeah, that also, you can't even do that. You can't do that in the HD version either. There's patched out of that too. But that saves quite a bit of time because while attempting to warp away, the game unloads all triggers and flags for most things. So normally when you come up to Snow Peak here, there is a trigger or a flag of some sort. I don't know which of the two. That will attempt to kick you out of the snow region. But since the game figured I was warping away, it disabled them, even though I'm still here. So I was able to just run through it because it just isn't there anymore. You may wonder, why did I activate that Howling Stone there? Well, if I attempted to go through that hole right there without reactivating triggers, then I would be soft-locked. Because that is also yet another trigger that gets unloaded. But the Howling Stone, thankfully, is there, which allows us to reactivate all flags and triggers and such, which is really convenient. These keys are getting in my way a little bit here.
So map glitch is no longer active.
Yes, it is no longer active now. We have another fancy little long jump attack coming up here. I'll explain this in a second. Basically, I'm going to just jump over the death plane here. You might have noticed on the map there, Link's like spawn location shows like a little blue arrow based off of his last exit point. If I attempt to do a long jump attack in that area, it hits a trigger, which will spawn him up here instead. And you'll notice if you get it because that spawn trigger point will just change to where he's standing now before like it fades away. But the reason I did that was because there was another Shadow Beast fight like the other ones that I was fighting to get war points. But since I don't need that, I just skipped out on it. There is a side effect from that, though. You may notice that the snowstorm is still here. Well, normally when you defeat the Shadow Beast there, this goes away. But unfortunately, it didn't. So I'm pretty much doing blind snowboarding. We're at really low, like, what is that game? Tony Hawk fog render distance effects going on here. You know what I'm talking about, J-Cog?
I don't, but I haven't played those games, so.
Okay. I'm going to go off the side. Oh, God.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, that was something. I was really scared of that.
So do you move faster in the air? I see you jumping and spin
yes.
jumping.
Link maxes his speed while he's in the air.
Okay.
So it's faster to be in the air. It's more consistent that way. There's a little shortcut coming up here, which I'm a little afraid of, since, you know, I can't really see very well. And this one always kind of scares me a little bit, just because it sneaks up on you. And if you're not in the right spot, you're going to fall off. That's really unfortunate. I had a really bad angle there. Oh, that's a little disappointing. But you know what? That's okay. That's not that bad. That's not even the part I was afraid of. I didn't think I was going to fall off there. Man. That's okay. But yeah, essentially, your view distance is very, very small here, so. Yep. It's hard to see some things. But yeah, that's why I'm doing spin attacks in the air as well, because it keeps me stalled in the air for longer. Not really much more than that.
Okay.
Alright. I'll explain why I'm going to Snow Peak in a little bit when I attempt to not fall off here. Oh, that's so bad. Well, that's a really unfortunate way to lose quite a bit of time, but that's okay. You know what? That's not an easy segment when you're, I guess, a little nervous still. But most of my nerves have gone away, but I'm just going to keep blaming them on the nerves because, yep. It's okay. Anyways, okay, so I should explain as to why I'm even going to Snow Peak in the first place. Because this is not like a required dungeon to beat or anything for like skips that we're, you know, able to end up pulling off. But there is one very specific reason we come all the way to Snow Peak out of our way. There is one phase on Zant's boss fights where you need ball and chain. And that's the only reason you come here. Granted, this is a really cool segment of the run, but if there was a way to skip it, it would save a lot of time. It's not very cool when you fall off twice, but...
Yeah, save having to deal with this fog.
Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna be fine here. I'm not worried anymore. This is how I should have gone about it before, just playing it safe and going in a straight line, but you know what?
There we go.
Yeah, we're fine now. I shouldn't fall off anywhere. Whee! Alright, now that that whole issue's out of the way. Nice, I landed right in the trigger. There actually is a way to skip around this, but I just kind of a little unfortunate and just jumped straight into it. But yeah.
And we still haven't beaten a dungeon yet, have we?
No, we have not beaten a single dungeon yet. The only dungeon we're going to be beating soon is Lake Bed, which I will be going right to after this segment coming up here. All right, so cool thing right here. I'm going to lawn jump attack across this, and my flashlight isn't out anymore because I died, and since the lent bomb bag went away, it like moved around my inventory stuff. But that part right there, I believe, has a one-sided collision. Either that, or just because you can reach the target, you just go straight through it. Which is really cool, and that skips a good portion of the dungeon. Another cool long jump attack going on here. There's another strat you can do in this portion here. It saves about like 5 to 10 seconds, something in between that. But I never got around to learning it, just because I didn't need to. It just didn't really make much sense to me if I was pretty consistent with these strats. And speaking of like going out of bounds and stuff, there's a really cool one where I just jump slash into a wall coming up here, and it just kind of does that. Like that. Yep, there we go. Once again, I'm just dropping all these bombs for the same reason as I was before. I'm just trying to empty out the bomb bag. The bombs don't matter. I just need to get rid of them. I only need the nice. I only need the bomb bag itself, not the bombs. All right, we have another clip coming up here. Hopefully I'll get it, because I just struggle with this one a little bit, but I did figure out something that was working pretty well for me. So I'm just gonna do this, jump between him like that, and you can actually enter this door from the other side.
Nice.
Yeah, and we have a mini-boss coming up here, Dark Hammer, which can either be a complete pain in the butt, or he is like the easiest cakewalk ever. So it's not too complicated for what I'm like supposed to do here. Okay, that should work. I place a bomb near him, and by spinning around him in a circle like that, he will throw the ball and chain, and that gives me enough opportunity to like go behind him, let the bomb explode, which does quite a bit of damage to him, do a jump attack, and then spin attack, and he instantly does.
Oh, that's just it. Okay.
Yep, yeah, he's done. It's pretty quick, but the ball and chain does 1 heart of damage, and you only have, on average, 1 heart to a half a heart. But I had a heart and a half here because I died and had full hearts when I entered the temple. But yeah, this is the entire reason we come to this dungeon in the first place. Granted, there are other things we can do here, such as like, I'm going through this room right now so I can like grab some extra money, but that isn't like big enough for you to like warrant coming down here if you didn't need to, you know?
Right, only faster because we're already here.
Yeah, exactly. All right, now that I grabbed that, I'm going to be going back to the beginning of the temple. Usually, if I didn't die in Snow Peak, my inventory would get messed up here from the Lent bomb bag, but it shouldn't. Like, I should have the ball and chain and everything in the correct spot. Should be on Y. Yeah. And there's another 100 rupee here, but this guy can decide to just go out of bounds if you're... Nice. If you don't break the statue like I did, or the... Not the statue, the set of armor, like I did just now. He'll, like, when you break it, he'll just decide to stay out of bounds. Okay, also, right now I'm going to be defeating Morpheal, and finishing Lakebed Temple. Morpheal's the boss of this area. Thankfully, I don't need to go out of my way to get a boss key or anything. This is actually the only dungeon in the game that has a boss key skip in it. Just because of the way that, sorry. Nice. Just because, okay. Trying to do a jump check, not a side hop. Just because of like how the boss door is in this dungeon. Unlike other ones, the loading zone or the loading trigger is not entering the door. There's actually like a separate point of entry to the boss arena itself.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I love the way the setup looks too.
Yeah, that's really cool. So like the boss key in this dungeon just it like opens up a door to where the boss is, and you just drop down into it. A little focus going on here. Good spot. Clicked wrong. There we go. Very nice. Very nice. Woo! Good stuff. All right, now you may be wondering, how do you fight this boss without Zora armor? Well, you know the water bombs that I got? Well, you see, I can use those to reset my air meter. I would explain how that works, but I'm going to be completely honest with you. I don't actually know how it works. So instead, I'm just going to bring up my... You know what, I'm going to wait a second on that. I'm going to do this part first, then I'm going to talk about that. Good energy. He hopped in a good spot there. Good. Okay. So I have that bomb above my head, and I'm going to swim all the way up to the top. And if I hold down the L trigger and press A at a specific point, or I guess at any point, it'll like reset my air meter. Anyways, though, I was going to bring up my good friend Arma because I have no idea how to explain that trick. And it has nothing to do with the run at all, but he really likes pizza. And I haven't... Yeah, shoutouts to Arma. What a good guy. I love Arma. Me and him really like microwaves, by the way. We're weird. Good RNG, Morpheal, thank you. Okay, I can force unequip the iron boots right there by just swapping them off my menu. Normally Link would just like shoot up into the air. Attempting to... Hold on, sorry. I'm gonna get eaten. That's okay. As long as I swim up, put iron boots and hook shot won't be a bad thing.
Tactical getting eaten.
Good. Okay. Oh, that should work. 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 Oh, no, that was like a frame from dying. Oh my god.
Oh, I thought you did die. Oh,
No, I didn't. I barely didn't. Oh my god, that was so good.
Let's go.
Oh, thank god. Oh, my heart right now. I don't even remember what I was talking about before. I'm just glad I didn't die. Oh my god. Oh, goodness. Whew. Man. Alright, Morpheal is dead. Morpheal is dead. That is such a hard boss to like actually get consistently. Oh man. I got so lucky with that. Alright, so normally I wouldn't be picking up this heart container, but it's a marathon and I don't trust myself to not die, so I'm gonna pick that up. And this is the first dungeon we beat, by the way.
Only an hour 41 in.
Yeah, only an hour 41 in, no biggie. But yeah, this is supposed to be the last fuse shadow that you get. There's one on Minna's head she uses as like a helmet or a hat, or whatever you want to call it. But it's like, it's a thing that is integral to the story of this game, but I don't remember what it really is about. It's like, oh, this is powerful, I can use it to defeat Zant. And that's essentially all it boils down to. Yeah, and it is early in the morning. Alright, we got a save prompt coming up here. It's gonna mash B because who likes saving in their speedruns, right? Alright, so lore bomb coming in here nice and quick for you. Alright, so what had just happened was the light spirit attacked Minna because Zant told it to, and now she got blasted by a bunch of light, and now she's almost dead. So we're gonna bring her to Zelda. There you go, there's your lore bomb. Have a nice day.
Hey, we get to listen to this music though.
Yeah, you get to listen to the music until an enemy decides to show up.
It's so frustrating.
I know, it's such good music. They could have just, you know, put like some sort of, I don't know, you know more about that than I do, but
If good music, then don't play bad music.
if enemy, don't change music.
Exactly.
No, go away. We don't like bad music here. But yeah, essentially right now we're just trying to bring her back to Zelda because she's the only one that can help us out with this. But you may also notice that, hey, I'm a wolf. You know the thing that's allowing me to swap between Link and Wolf Link? Hello, I don't want to talk to you, cat. Well, the story is that Zant implanted that into Link's head, so now he's like forced to be Wolf Link until he gets the Master Sword, which like breaks it out of his head and allows you to transform in between the two at whim, because Minna decides to keep it, which was really smart of her, you know. Because if she didn't decide to keep it, we wouldn't be able to beat the game. Yeah, we just have a small cutscene here. I think the story here is like the cat recognizes you or something from like your smell as a human or whatever. And Minna's like, please take us to Zelda. Yeah, it said Zelda there, I think it said Princess Zelda, or whatever the German word for princesses. Yeah, I mean, that's not looking too high right now. She's dying.
She's hanging in there. But
Yeah, she is. All right, so basically we're just gonna climb through Talma's bar here. Yep, climb through. Nothing more than that. You know, just you don't see a wolf or like a shadow above you or anything.
why are there ropes up there anyway?
Yep. All right, here's our first instance of a Poe. Nice. I was a little afraid, not of him hitting me, But the last 2 runs that I did of this game, he went out of bounds. It's not like it's not a run killer or anything, but it's definitely time loss because if you hit him the right way, instead of him like staying in this room here, he'll go out of bounds and land out there for a little bit till he decides to pick himself back up, and then you have to do it again. Oh no, we're swimming. That's okay. All right, but thankfully, there's a little puzzle coming up here you're supposed to do with Wolfling, but I'm not really going to do that. I'm going to do a little bit of it right here just to get rid of this cobweb, but what you're normally supposed to do is just carry this, stick around these torches and then bring it up to this cobweb up here. But I don't need to do that because even though, like, Minna is, like, dying, we can still, like, transform back into normal Link and then just transform back using the lantern, which is faster. Sorry, Minna. I know you're like on your last leg here, but we kind of need you for a second. But yeah, we're back in the right now. We're in the sewer segment that we were at the beginning of the game, which I guess that dirt pile just brings you here. I guess. Oh, I was supposed to do something. It's okay. Get out of here. No, what are you doing? Okay, you have to kill that bokoblin, or else he will keep shooting at you from above, or from below, as you're climbing up. Because he's really cool. We call him Bow Hugo because he has a bow. Oh no! I jumped down. Yeah, because he's Hugo, but he has bow.
They're all Hugo.
Yeah, they're all Hugo. That one's just different because he has a bow. This one has a club, so that's just Hugo. Alright, if I target him like that, I can just jump up on the ledge. It's pretty cool. Same with this guy. Now there's a wind cycle up here. It's really tight, and I'm just gonna kind of wait for the second cycle to come around, because if I miss it, then I'm just gonna lose a bunch of time if I just like fall off the side. And I think it's better off for me to not attempt to do something that's gonna save me 3 seconds when I've already messed up like quite a lot. But yeah, coming up here, you notice that there's like a little bridge blowing in the breeze over here. We're just gonna wait for it to.
Thanks, Link.
Yeah, that was cool. All right, well.
Just pretend you went for it and missed it.
Yeah, okay. He just decided he didn't want to go, I guess. He just. If I had to guess, it was probably just the wind, like actually being cool.
Must have been the wind.
I could have gone for that, but I'm just gonna wait. It must have been the wind. Alright. That's fine. I try to be safe, and then it still ends up backfiring. Man, that's unfortunate, but it's okay. I'm used to there being a cutscene there from the beginning of the game, but there isn't one. That's fine. All right, now we went to Zelda. She gave us the Triforce of Wisdom to keep Minna alive, and then I think that she like kind of poofed away for a bit, and then that that made Ganon put a barrier on Hyrule Castle now, similar to Wind Waker, I guess, but this one we can't get through, unfortunately.
No barrier skip.
Yeah.
Only barrier skip.
Yeah, barrier skip. All right, this is our time to get ending blow. The cutscene here is going to be a little messed up. If I had to assume, it's because I'm interacting with a different wolf, even though this is the first time I'm supposed to be here. So normally, this wolf is supposed to be, or Link is supposed to be turned around, which kind of throws the cutscene off a bit, and there's not really a cool transition. It just kind of cuts itself in, the hero's spirit or whatever it's called. But yeah, you notice how Link just kind of turned around like it was behind him. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it's canon, at least in like the official Hyrule storybook, that this is supposed to be a Link from Ocarina of Time. Like I'm like 90% certain.
Yeah, that's also what I'm told.
Yeah. Thank you. Now I can stab my sword in the ground. I didn't know how to do that before.
Well, it's a good thing we taught you.
Yeah.
You're a quick learner.
I am. But because that's supposed to be the first one you learn, it's gonna spawn me here in Farron.
Oh.
Doesn't really matter. Oh, map. Thank you. But yeah, like it just spits you back out where you're supposed to learn it. But yeah, we're once again not gonna deal with that Twilight, so we're just gonna leave. And now, more story stuff. We were told to go to like Hylia, and there's a dude up on top of the tower up here that's gonna give us like a little note that's gonna allow us to go to Arbiter's, or the desert, which will lead us to Arbiter's grounds. As we just watch Link climb a ladder for a little bit. But don't worry, there's more where that came from. If you like climbing ladders, this next portion's for you. Nice bonk. That's not what I meant to do.
I bet you wouldn't have bonked if there was a ladder to climb that.
Yeah, you're probably right. Don't worry, ladder fans. There's a nice long one here. If he wants to climb it. Man, that is one nice quality of life thing that they changed in the HD version. They made him climb faster.
But this is so much more realistic.
Yeah, you're right. Let's just get a good view of Lake Hylia real quick.
Ooh. That is actually,
yeah, it is a
actually
nice
pretty,
view.
pretty.
Pretty for a GameCube game. All right, but yeah, this guy is just going to give us like a piece of paper, and it'll allow us to use the cannon over by fire there to shoot us to Arbiters. Oh. But yeah, just not too much going on right here. Just some running. Same thing is going to be coming up soon because I'm just going to be running through the desert. Alright, I'm going to transform like in a little bit of a specific spot right here, just so I'm close enough as I can to fire without having to like be normal Link for too long because he's slower than Wolf Link for movement. But also not too close, so I interact with a bird that wants us to play a mini game with him. He just kind of like flies down from the sky. Vertically, by the way. You know, vertical flying birds. And he just wants you to play like a fruit popping minigame on the river. Yeah, that's unrelated to this category. That's what you watch 100% for. But yeah, there's not really much going on here. It's just run through the desert. Do you have anything you'd like to add, Jaycog?
I mean, I'd comment on the desert, but the lag reduction has us looking at the ground.
Yep. Yeah, there is lag reduction here. It's same thing as before. There's just a lot that's in the area. I believe it just won't be loaded in when you're looking at the ground.
So what are we heading here for?
We're heading to Arbiter's Grounds, the dungeon.
To actually beat it?
Yes,
okay.
We will be beating it. Every dungeon that we come to now, we're going to be beating. Which would be Arbiter's Grounds, City in the Sky, Palace of Twilight, and then Hyrule Castle, which is also considered a dungeon.
Okay.
All right, so coming up here, we have another instance of map glitch. But before I do that, I'm going to show you like a neat little clip. So normally what you would have to do if you're playing the game casually is just get one of the boars from the book. Nice camera. From the Bokoblins. But instead, I can just kind of keep rolling here for a bit if the camera wants to cooperate, and just kind of clip through it like that. Because the collision's really cool. Usually it doesn't take me that long to pull through that, but the camera was kind of messing with me a bit. But yeah, another instance of map glitch coming up here. Once again, I'm going to unplug my controller, hold down some buttons while this cutscene's playing. Plug it back in. And attempt to warp away. Swap to normal Link. And that has deloaded a lot of triggers, but it didn't get rid of the most important one coming up here, which is the one for a King Bokoblin fight. One that doesn't have to do it back in time. That would just kind of skip through. But okay, that should have just put me up on the top, but it didn't. So the void plane is also disabled. I mean, what are you doing? Like, you're supposed to just stand up at the top of the edge there. You're not supposed to be doing this. There we go. And I can do a long jump attack up here. And just fall through the floor, because you're not supposed to go through that. There's no collision on that side, because you're not supposed to get over there. But the trigger for this fight is ever extending upwards and down. So I can just interact with it from the bottom as I'm falling if I jump at a specific angle. And that's the fight. Yeah, just a bunch of quick spins and he's dead.
So was the void just super low, or was map glitch, did that disable?
Map glitch
voiding?
disabled it.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. But the trigger for this fight is still here for some reason. I don't know exactly why this doesn't get removed, but when you do map glitch, but it's convenient. There's a lot of convenient things in a lot of games when it comes to speedrunning. I'm sure you have like a lot of those when it comes to Paper Mario.
It's true. I mean, a lot of it is just we've looked for those convenient things and then
It
build
just works
routes
out.
around them. So
Yeah.
it's not completely coincidence.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know what you mean. It's just nice that it works out. All right, but now that this building is burning, we're just gonna charge through here, and we're gonna go to Arbiter's Grounds, our next dungeon that we're going to complete, which also has some pretty cool strats in it. This is probably no. This is my second favorite dungeon in the run, Arbiters. My first being probably City in the Sky. All right. So coming up here, there is a strat where you can just roll across the sand here and grab the ledge. It's like a second faster than grabbing the hookshot target there, but it's a bad angle. It's a little bit slower. It's like 1 second slower to grab the hookshot target, but it's way more consistent for me. Because a lot of times when I attempt to just roll over there, he just doesn't grab the ledge. He just has a fear of ledges. Of grabbing ledges, I guess. Also, I'm at 1 heart. That's really not good.
It's like the opposite of a fear of falling.
Yeah, I know. Fun fact, it is slower to go up the ramp because your rolling speed is like significantly reduced when going up them. But the stairs, no. That's perfectly fine. Ah, look at that lag.
Oh,
Yeah.
frame rate.
Got a little choppy there. Got some lights in here that we need to just, or I guess, torches we need to like light up. Just open up this door. A little simple puzzle. So we have a skip coming up here, called first post skip. So there's going to be some posts that are going to be coming out of this door here, and they're going to scoop up all these flames here, which is going to make the door shut. But the game only checks for 2, 3, and 4. Doesn't check for the first one because it just assumes that you need to get it because you can't progress through this area without it normally. What's really like weird, but I guess makes sense, is if you don't get the pose sent from any of them, you can get it from any of them. But we just get it from the 4th one. If you're playing the game casually, if you don't end up getting the pose soul, or pose sent, you can't progress. It just doesn't let you dig up this specific spot to open up a staircase, which is a little weird, but I guess it makes sense. But I want to imagine somebody just playing the game. Yeah, that was really unfortunate. I thought that would have killed him. But yeah, imagine like playing this game casually and then just attempting to dig that and then it just doesn't work. Damn,
He is.
that's really,
He is
really
after you.
Yeah, he really is. I've not had that happen before. Just twice like that. There's a good chance I'm gonna die here. I'm gonna come over here. Look at the Whoops. Yeah, it's probably for the best, especially considering I'm at a quarter of a heart right now. Man, this is unfortunate. I'm gonna blame the first two to the enemy screwing me over there, but that one's on me. This should work. Or not? Okay. Man, I'm having a lot of finicky stuff going on today, huh?
Yeah.
Goodness.
That fear of grabbing ledges.
Yeah, I know, right? You're supposed to, like, just nudge up onto that pillar and then it's not the right item. And then just kind of, like, hop across. Come on. This is it, I feel it. I lied. I know you saw me do this in practice, Jacob. You know I got it.
I did. I commented on how consistently you're getting it.
Well, not anymore. Why is that not working? Oh my goodness. This isn't a great showcase for this portion, is it? It's okay. It's not a big deal. This will definitely work on the next one, I promise. Oh my god, I know why it's not working. I'm at a quarter of a heart. That's why it's not working.
Oh, what does that mean?
Changes links hitbox as far as I'm aware. Oh, that's
Well,
yeah, that's
you're
on
not
me.
at a quarter heart anymore.
No, I won't be anymore. I completely forgot about that because I'm never at a quarter of a heart at this part. Oh, so I wasn't even thinking about it. Oh, man. I'm going to get a first try now. That's exactly what it was. That is really unfortunate. And I don't have another bomb to kill these guys with. Because I can't use any more of them. So I need to just make sure that... See? First try. What did I tell you? It was the hard stuff, though. I know that for a fact. That's just unfortunate how it ended up working out. There we go. Yeah, okay. That's what was supposed to happen. It would have happened multiple attempts ago if I had just noticed that I needed HP for it.
Well, it was still that enemy's fault, though, in a roundabout way.
That's true, because I wouldn't have been at too low of an HP if, you know.
Exactly.
Man, that's really unfortunate. But that's just the way of the road sometimes. Anyways, that was first post good. And now we're gonna take care of the fourth Po, because this is the order we go in. All I needed to do there to aggro him is just target him, so just go around the corner like that. Even if it seems a little slow, it just puts you in the middle of the room. All right, a little fun fact here. The Po's spinning around here are complete RNG. How many times I decide I want to do it, and I got really lucky with how many times he decided he wanted to do it. Which is really cool. Come on. Please, 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 please. I got stuck in the sand. That was a little concerning. All right, so I need to get the post sent here. It's very important. Like I said earlier, if I don't get this here, then I'll have to kill the first Po to get it from him. When I was very new to running this game, I did this quite often. Because it's just not really something you think about having to grab.
So is that why you kill the fourth one first?
No. So, like, I need to get the post sent regardless to be able to progress, like, past the first one. So, like, you can get that sent from any of the 4 Pos, but in the order that I do this, it's faster because, you know, I can skip doing the first one entirely. And I'll just grab the sent from there. So, like, that one's just chilling there. And normally, after this cutscene plays, yeah, we get it. The torch is going back to the fire's going back to the torch. But yeah, normally you kill him, you get the scent, and you can dig this up.
Okay.
If you don't have it, it just straight up doesn't let you interact with it. And you can also skip the cutscene of the staircase opening up there, which is kind of neat. So it just planks itself down. Hello there. How you doing, buddy? All right, here's our redead. We're just gonna beat him up with the ball and chain, which you're not supposed to have at this point, which makes that really easy. He's gonna give us a nice 20 rupee. If I decided I wanted to pick it up at least. Please. Please. It's avoiding me. I'm avoiding it.
Bring around the rupees.
Yeah. My rupee count right now is actually pretty solid. I get another 20 from another redead, and then I only need 5 more, which I should be able to just get throughout the dungeon. Alright. You don't normally need to kill those guys, but they always get in my way when attempting to kill this boss, so I just deal with them. Just not have the issue of, you know, them attacking me. And that's Poe number 2. I need one more. Technically, we need all 4, but I'm gonna make a check for the first one because reasons. Obviously, I'm not a coder, but I just don't see their reasoning for just not like having a check for it.
I mean, if you don't need to.
That's fair. Another flame. You know, just gotta show that it's going back to its torch. You know. Yep, there it goes. It's back in there. Excuse me. All right. So I got that key, right? I'm actually going to be going through the rest of this area backwards. I will be able to use that key on a door with a lock on the other side of it in this this doorway here. So this door right here has a lock on the other side of it, and you can hear the sound of the lock opening. All right, here's the other redead that I was gonna end up killing. Along with all these stall children here. Hey, look at all these rupees. Those are all the other ones that I needed.
Nice.
And please pick that up. Thank you.
300.
Yeah, 300. Conveniently, you don't need to actually get any sort of like wallet upgrade in this game if you don't want to. Oh, that's not good. I should die. Yeah, we're fine. We're fine. No death here.
It's fine. Don't worry.
Yeah, no big deal. All right, that's the last. Nice block. That's the last flame that we need to get. The postals themselves aren't useful to us, but they just happen to give them to us when we kill them, which is nice. All right, now we can make our way to the next portion. I was seeing if there's a heart in there. The next portion of Arbiter's Grounds, which houses the spinner. We get to do a little sequence break coming up here. It's very easy. You can still do it in the HD version because they just never patched it. They didn't patch a lot of stuff in the HD version besides map glitch and early Master Sword are the two that come to my mind right now. I'm sure there's probably more than that, but all they did with early Master Sword is just put an invisible wall up there.
I mean, it works.
Yeah, like right here, we can just kind of just flip around here. Climb up the ledge.
Simple.
Yeah, it's so simple. You can still do that in the HD version too. And then we got the boss key. You're supposed to have the spinner right now to be able to obtain this. from this door here, and then after obtaining the boss key, you just go fight the boss. But now we're just going to go through this portion backwards and make our way to the spinner. But yeah, as you can see, like all these tracks and stuff we're supposed to climb up, but yeah, we're just gonna hop through some sand.
Yeah, we could just not.
Yeah, we could just. Oh no. Okay. That was a little scary. But we're okay. So like the Stalfos from before that I just killed with the ball and chain, these guys will instantly die to bombs. As long as I place them in the right spots, which I should. And this gate will just open. Yeah, just like that. Simple little enemies that don't really take a lot to kill. Alright, we have the mini-boss of the dungeon coming up. Death Sword. He should hopefully be quick work, as long as I don't mess up the strat. There's a good chance that I do, though, because it's a little finicky, but hopefully I won't.
You got this.
Yeah. All right, so first portion right here, he is not tangible, but once he swings at you, you can attack him. Now, transform back into human Link after doing that, I guess. And I'm just gonna hit him with the claw shot. Spin attack or miss. I guess that works. Yo, what are you doing, buddy? Oh, that's unfortunate. I missed. That's okay. I'll explain like combo attacks and stuff in a little bit, because I'm sure this seems a little confusing to some people. Oh, come on. You know, this is still faster than me doing my old ball and chain strat here. I don't know why you got up on that one. It's okay. This is still pretty quick. Regardless. See, he's done. Basically, so if you don't finish a combo attack, you can constantly just keep stabbing him and stabbing him and stabbing him until he just dies. It was the same thing that I was kind of doing with Deku Toad in Lakebed Temple. It keeps constantly doing damage to them, but the way that like Link attacks in this game is kind of weird. If you don't like end your combo, it'll usually just let you keep attacking them.
Is it just because the cooldown is shorter?
I think it has something to do with like how does it work? I think it actually has to do with like you like finishing the combo, and the game recognizes the fact that you finished the combo. That'll like move on from them like not being able to, or from them being in like more of a stun phase. Similar thing like with Zant later. The only attacks that matter when you hit him are like the end of your combo. So the fourth hit is the only one that really matters. There's a good reason as to why that is. The game just, I assume it only recognizes a combo attack's ending to actually do damage to him.
I have heard other people say that, so
yeah,
checks out.
I think there's one instance where that is the case, and that's the phase where he's running around on the top of the poles, where I get the Gale Boomerang from the mini boss there, where I like whale him with spin attacks there, and it does damage to him.
Okay.
All right, but yeah, now that we got the spinner, we can do some stuff with it, such as like open up these gears. Also, I've always heard people like complain about the spinner not really getting a lot of use in this game. It actually gets a lot more use in this than a lot of other dungeon items in this game do, such as like the Dominion Rod. When do you ever use the Dominion Rod? Like from Temple of Time.
Clearly not in this room.
Yeah. But yeah, like it gets use as outside of its original dungeon, and I think it's in almost like every one after this. Yeah.
What if it's just the lack of variety?
Maybe the variety. There's like overworld stuff for it too, though. There are a lot of cool things about the spinner, specifically in this dungeon, such as like the boss fight coming up. It's like speed properties are dependent on like whatever room it's set to, which is really, yeah, it's really weird. So like in this room here, the spinner is just like really fast when you use it, but in like, you notice there, it wasn't really that fast at all. Which is why like, I was disappointed when I played this game as a kid, and then I exited the dungeon, and then the spinner was like completely useless for like movement. Cause like just watch this. So I'll hop on the spinner and you notice it more like when I shoot off the railing over here when I attempt to attack Stoward. Oh yeah, by the way, this is Stoward. This is the boss. The first phase is just breaking his spinal cord until he just decides to fall over. And there's a lot of RNG to it because of these guys getting in your way, which is really fun. If you aren't aware, there is a really cool skip that is done if you want to decide to do it. It's very hard. When I mean very hard, it's very, very hard. Most people don't do it. If you're only going for it if you're going for world record in this game. And even then, some people aren't even doing it. But man, if you want to see it, I'd recommend like watching Demon or some other top runners that are currently competing for any percent record. Demon's the only one that just comes to my mind though, because I saw him doing it when he was doing attempts at this game. Still, probably one of the bigger skips found in more recent years because there hasn't really been a lot of major stuff in this game since its first couple years of being out. Structure-wise, it's been relatively the same. Just like minor things here and there that's collected to be more over time. But yeah, look, we defeated the boss. I can't believe it.
Wow,
he's
done.
dead. Yeah, we're done with the dungeon already. It's kind of weird that we didn't get a heart container. Oh my god, he's still alive. Ah!
I mean, a floating skeleton, it is actually pretty freaky.
Yeah, it is pretty freaky, actually. There's a strat here. If I pull it off correctly, I should be able to knock him down without having to go up the tower. Not like that, though. All right, I have to ride up the tower. I'm pretty sure I hopped onto the rails a little too soon. That's okay, though. It probably loses like probably 20 seconds. Practiced that earlier, too, and I can confidently say that I did get it quite a few times, but rules change when you're doing a marathon, huh?
That's true.
All right, but we'll be able to one cycle. No, I mean, no, we won't. An opposite thing to myself here. All right, that's Tower. He's dead. For real this time.
Let's go.
Woo! But yeah, cloak spins are pretty broken in this game, as you can see.
So can you one cycle that just because you just do enough damage fast enough?
Yes.
Okay.
That's what it boils down to. And that's Arbiter's Grounds. Despite the beginning with first post skip,
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't say that was bad. But that was just me misremembering that I needed to have not like critical health, because that usually doesn't happen, you know. Especially when I grab the extra heart container, I'm almost never in critical health there, but you know, it is what it is. It happens.
It happens.
Yeah. All right. Now that we're done with Arbiter's Grounds, we're gonna go and do the thing we came here for and go check out the Mirror of Twilight. Which, if you don't remember, I mentioned at the very beginning of the game when I got the Master Sword, because that's what we were supposed to do if you're playing the game casually after you get the Master Sword, but we didn't do anything else, so we had to like work our way back to it.
I mean, we technically did it after.
Well, yeah, but not directly after.
True.
We have some Shadow Beasts here that we need to take care of. Make some quick work of them. Okay. So normally you'll have to like climb up this tower and activate like the Mirror of Twilight, but you don't actually need to do that. Instead, if you just zoom in the map far enough, Midna doesn't actually kick you out of warping away. She just like for whatever reason, the second zoom in doesn't have a check for it. And I don't know why. Also, remember how I said these people were gonna stand outside all night? Yeah, they're there. Yeah, they're still there. They're gonna be there forever now. They just really, really like the fresh air.
I hope that's the reason.
Yeah. Hopefully they're not like glued to the floor or something. Okay. But now that I did Arbiter's Grounds, I opened up all that stuff. I'm gonna be taking care of City in the Sky. Normally you would go to Snow Peak and then Temple of Time and then go through like a whole side quest here. But thankfully you can like extremely easily clip through this. Which, by the way, they attempted to patch this in the HD version, but they just made it a little harder. All right. Once again, I'm just gonna zoom into the map pretty far and then warp this away. But yeah, normally like there's a trigger there where Midna's like, oh hey, you the Mirror of Twilight's so close, and that'll be there for the rest of the game now. So I'll have to zoom in on the map every single time. And that's our cannon. This is exactly why we needed all the money.
And get it fixed.
Yeah, that guy's gonna fix it over here, Mr. Fire. He's not even gonna really pay much mind to the fact that, oh hey, how did this get here? Hey, buddy.
I mean, when life gives you a cannon,
you fix it.
Exactly.
I mean, what else would you do with a cannon? Not fix it? I don't know. That sounds kind of weird, not gonna lie.
Agreed.
Right. There he goes.
He's such a good cannon fixer.
He is. He loves cannons. I mean, he has his own.
I appreciate that they don't let you skip that.
Yeah, I do too. Can't skip this either. Man, look at that sun. It sure is round. I went blind from looking at that.
You're not supposed to do that.
I know, but it was right in the camera. It's not my fault they decided to do that. All right, time for my favorite dungeon in the game. Gotta stretch a little bit though, and this thing is coming with us now. All right. Speech. In the water, in the drink. All right, there's some really cool tech going on in this dungeon. If you like long jump attacks, this is going to be the dungeon for you because there are all over the place here.
I think that might be the boss. No.
Oh, okay. The real boss is that.
I mean, I wouldn't want to fight it.
I mean, I would want to fight it to just get rid of it. Sure is something. Wouldn't you say?
It's definitely something.
Yeah. Yo, good wind RNG we got going on here. Just decided to push me right as soon as I entered the dungeon. Thankfully, if you're standing on the stairs here, the wind can't push you. Which is really odd, but convenient. All right. Tons of LJAs here. Oh, you know, actually, real quick. I am going to make a quick safety save. I'm not afraid of what's coming up here, because I don't think I'm going to fail it. But there is a trigger. There's a trigger in front of this door here that I want to make sure I actually like get around and skip without any issue, which activates the central fan in the room. I did it. No need for the save. But there's a trigger there in front of that door that activates the fan up at the top of the room. I'd be able to hear it right now if it was turned on, so I know that I did it properly. But if you walk into it with normal Link, he'll hit the trigger. But if you like inch your way forward to the door with Wolf Link, he doesn't activate it because only his back paws will like actually activate the trigger. But you can still interact with the door, and as soon as you open it, the trigger just like goes away. And that's a cool little piece of speed tech right there. I can hop off the spinner real quick, and the bridge will like still finish, and I can get like a little bit of a roll in before it like plays the cutscene. You know, a little small time save. You get to do that again once later too on the other side because it's supposed to be. Pretty sure the dungeon is supposed to be set up to be somewhat symmetrical on both sides, give or take. But you know, there's a lot of like hookshot targets in this place. Isn't that like kind of odd that they would like decide to put like a lot of hookshot targets in this place?
It's a good thing you have one.
Yeah, it is a good thing I have one. All right, we have another little skip coming up here. There are two ways of doing this. I'm gonna do the more simplified version. You can actually like climb up around like the little ledge right there to the right of me. But by going up here and waiting for the wind to blow and then doing a jump slash, I actually jump around a trigger that would normally cause the Argarok, or I think that's his name, right? Yeah, Argarok, to fly in and break the bridge, which will reset my spawn point. So as of right now, my spawn point is set by that chest that I opened up with that that had the small key. But if you broke that, it would put me at the start of the dungeon again when I save and quit later, when I get a dungeon item. But yeah, if I didn't do that, then there would be a risk of me potentially. There'd be a risk of me potentially possibly hitting the fan trigger again, and that's faster, what I just did, and it's also just a little more safe. Yeah, once again, I can just hop off the spinner, get a roll in, and then the bridge finishes.
And so the wind is completely RNG, right?
As far as I'm aware, yes.
Okay.
In specific parts, I believe it's RNG. Alright, so I'm to the game. Alright. Top spinner, and we're gonna skip this room. Another cool room with some cool LJs coming up right here as well. This whole dungeon is filled with them just because of like how many pits there are. Probably some of the coolest ones in any percents. A lot of cooler ones in 100%, if you ask me, but that's not this category.
It'd be a little bit longer if it was.
Yeah, just a little bit. You can get a jump slash there. It's a 1 frame. Doesn't really make much of a difference, but yeah. These guys. All right, they're dead. Yeah. Yeah, they just fall. They just jump over the pit, and if you do a spin attack, they just kind of fall in the pit and die. You don't really need to actually fight them. There is another way to get them knocked down. I believe if you like pull out your claw shot and like shoot it at a specific time, they'll like hop back and die, and like they'll get like startled by it and then just fall in the pit. I've seen other people do that before. I don't think it makes much of a difference time-wise. Alright, I hope you like these chicken things because they're going to be using them for a little bit here. Have another small little skip coming up here. We can skip out on activating one of the fans underneath the floor here. If we like climb up the weird broken terrain. Do like a little jump off the side like that. Like that.
Nice.
Climb up, please. Alright, and we're coming up on the mini-boss of the dungeon. But there's a nice quick way to get through this room. Yeah, I wouldn't want to have been like the Uku there.
Get a little whiplash there.
Yeah, getting pulled down by the iron boots. Oh my god, imagine that. Another one frame here if I can throw on the iron boots. Nah, I didn't get it. It's much of a difference. All right. Another trick coming up. Pixel shot. You have 1 pixel to shoot a hook shot target through this gate over here. Let's see if I get it first try. Be nice. Really precise. It's like exactly a pixel as far as I'm aware. That's why it's called pixel shot. But it's still faster than fighting the mini boss. This is probably one of my least favorite tricks in the entire run, because it can either just go perfectly, or it can go like this.
All right.
Second try. Very nice.
Not too bad.
Yeah, let's go. Good stuff. Whoa, we got another claw shot.
Second one.
I would have never guessed it. That's crazy. Fun fact, if you happen to target the mini boss as you like grabbed onto the claw shot target, you void. Because it crushes you for some reason. Like when you like land back, or when you like get to the end of the target pole. But yeah, like I said before, the skipping that cutscene with Argarok spawned me back in this room instead, which is faster for 2 reasons. One, because it's shorter path, and I also don't need to worry about the fan activation again. The trigger for it doesn't exist anymore though, so I don't need to worry about skipping around it this time. All right, and since I never activated that that fan up there, I can go through here instead of. Oh please! Oh, I knew he was gonna get me. I waited too long. What was that?
At least he didn't knock you off.
No, I waited too long to claw shot that though. I heard him running. But yeah, you can go up through here. Normally you're not supposed to go up through this way. There's obviously there's vines here, but those are only supposed to be used like when you've already turned the fan off and you want to like turn the fans on for getting to like where the boss is of the dungeon. Come on. Come on. Alright, got another LGA coming up here. Killed this one a little bit earlier. Like that? Oh, that's not good. Why did I have to fail that? I'm just gonna... Man, why you gotta bother me? I'm just gonna kill you. Bye-bye. Now you can't bother me. Dang, a bad spot again. I got myself all mixed up from where I'm standing at now. Come on. Please. There we go. That's pretty precise, depending on where you're standing at. No. I don't know why I was failing this one earlier so much. There we go. That's how it's supposed to go. See, nice and simple.
Easy.
Yeah. But yeah, this leads us to the boss key, and now we can just go to the boss. Do 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 do. And if I roll off these stairs here, he won't take fall damage. That's why I did that weird little movement over top of the fan there. Alright, but now you may notice, well, I didn't activate the fans I was talking about before, so I can't really claw shot across these very easily, but there's some cool strats we can do, as long as I'm up high enough here. Yeah, okay.
Seems faster than doing it normal anyway.
Oh yeah, definitely. Probably one of the cooler LJs there. You barely make it too, because you either land right on the railing there, or you just land barely past it. All right, and we got some like, I'm pretty sure these are the same enemies that the mini boss was, just floating up, flying up there. But you can just ignore them, and they won't like attack you or bother you, which is kind of convenient. This has probably got to be one of my least favorite rooms in the whole game. I don't know why. I've just like never really been good with this. Ooh, that was good. Barely grabbed that, I'm pretty sure. It's nice as well as you actually don't need to like have the like the target like showing in yellow there, as long as like your hook shot actually interacts with something that's moving like in the position where your claw shot is actually going to go. It'll latch onto it, such as these like platform or these spinning things.
Seems like it could be difficult to lead your shot sometimes, though.
Yeah, definitely.
That was really good.
Yeah, that was really good. Didn't miss any. Very nice. All right, now we got the boss coming up.
The boss?
The big dragon. Good claw shot.
Nice.
That was clean. Clean. All right, this is the boss, Argarak. I'm gonna grab some parts real quick on over here. Or just one. He's just gonna fly around. I'm gonna wait for him to get close to the middle of the ring, and then I'm going to try to claw shots onto him as he like circles around.
I too would hide behind a pillar if there was a dragon chasing me.
Hello. Peace. I expected him to go around the other way, so I didn't even see him coming around. All right, now he actually won't fly back around if I claw shot onto one of the pillars quickly enough. Like that? He shouldn't fly away here. Yep. And then I can just re-grab onto him. Yeah, that was good. Very, very good. Now this boss is pretty straightforward overall. There's gonna be like some skips between each phase coming up here, where I'm gonna grab onto like one of the P heads using my iron boots. I'm just gonna like drag it down, and as he's like about to breathe fire, I'm also gonna like hold down on the control stick to lower myself further to the point where the game is going to think that I've like fallen, and it's gonna put Argarak into a state where he's gonna stop breathing fire, and I can like go claw shot around and just grab onto his back. He'll be exhausted, like as if he had been breathing fire for too long. But since the game just thinks that I had fallen to the ground, they just put him into that state. Kind of cool. It'll be like that for the first two phases, and then the last one's a little bit different, but I'll explain that when I get to it. Right here, I'm gonna fall off the side. As weird as that may sound, it's faster because right now Argarak is, I believe he was just flying around, and it's faster because it just gets him back into the middle of the ring quicker. Might be a little bit too low. No, that should be okay. Should be fine. Yeah. He's gonna yell at me. Target onto that. Starts doing fire, hold down. Claw shot target. And he's like passed out. Claw shot to this. See ya. And then hold right. Grab on. Yeah. This is a little bit of a rinse and repeat, except for the last phase. So this one's going to be exactly the same as the one that I just did. And as long as I get up there quickly enough, he should, like, almost immediately scream at me. Yep. His target on the backbone is pretty big.
Yeah, he barely even have to aim.
Yeah, I know. Alright, this is going to be a little bit different. I'm still going to like set myself up the same way, but I'm not actually going to be wearing the iron boots this time to pull it down because he'll throw a bit of a different twist at you. So I'll just scream, and I'm going to go around 3 more P-hats. 1, 2, 3, and then as soon as his fire hits this P-hat, I'm going to put on iron boots, start facing toward him, and then I'm going to pull iron boots off as soon as he starts breathing fire. And if that works, he'll be exhausted. Pick up.
There we go.
Very nice. Good fight. That was a really good fight.
Let's go.
Yeah. Woo. Nice stuff.
Yeah. A couple mistakes, but that dungeon seemed like it went pretty well.
Yeah, it did overall. I'm trying to think, like, what was anything major that had happened that was bad?
Second try pixel shot.
Yeah. That was probably it.
There was that one fall with the what are words? How do they work?
I don't know. Words are hard.
The boomerang jump.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was bad. I was probably just throwing it in the wrong spot, or just mistimed the B press, one of the two, or the A press. I'm sorry. All right, but yeah, that's City in the Sky. That was actually really good overall. Now we're off to the Palace of Twilight. I don't really like this dungeon too much. Probably one of my least favorite in the entire game, but it's okay. It's not like a bad dungeon, but it's like definitely not my favorite.
I like the atmosphere of it.
Yeah, the atmosphere is good, but it just feels too samey with what you're doing in it.
That's fair.
Because like the first 2 portions, you're just carrying the souls back and forth, and then like you're just making your way up to Zant, and that's it. There isn't really like much of a puzzle to that. Oh, yeah. All right, I put on iron boots there because as soon as I fall, I can jump slash. And since I fall quicker with the iron boots, I'll land on the bridge instead of going in the water.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. If you don't do that, then you just sploosh in the water, and then you have to like climb back up and then teleport away. Quite a bit slow.
Everybody knows you can't teleport in the water.
Of course. What do you think this is, Breath of the Wild? No Sheikah slates here. All right, but yeah, going to Palace of Twilight. Immediately going in here, I'm gonna transform to Wolf Link because he's fast, and we don't need to use normal Link for a little bit. Thanks for talking to me, Minda. I appreciate it. And she was just right there. She just speaking of how her people have been turned into these monsters. Because if you didn't know, she's the Twilight Princess.
What?
Yeah.
Not Zelda?
Right? Isn't that crazy? That's insane. I would have never guessed it.
I mean, to be honest, I wouldn't have guessed it.
Alright, those Zant heads are going to be a common reoccurrence in this dungeon. Basically, come across one, you have to fight it to progress. That's the general gist of it. Shot up there, turn on iron boots, sink down a little bit quicker, and then immediately just transfer back into Wolf. I think it's mainly the left side here that you do a lot of Wolf movement. Nice bonk. I bonked into the little platform that's rising above the main floor. It was either that or the chest spawning in, but I don't think there was collision for it yet. So. Alright, so normally in this room you just have to claw shot up the room like I just did, but since this platform's low enough, I can just do that. Yeah, it's a nice little movement. Alright, Phantom Zant. I hate Phantom Zant because it's either going to go exactly the way I want or it's going to go the exact opposite. Because to do it fast, you need to do like a stab and then 3 quick spins. And quick spins are cool sometimes. They can either just decide to work or they just don't feel like it that day. And then if you don't get the 3 quick spins, he teleports around the room a bunch, so it's really slow. Like that, that sucks. Alright, maybe I'll get lucky and he'll just spawn right here. Ah, that's okay. And spawn instead. Why you gotta be doing that? Come on, where are you? That actually wasn't that bad.
Okay.
Surprisingly, I got really lucky with him teleporting right to where I was.
It's like you knew.
Yeah, exactly. That's just random though. Sometimes he just won't even spawn there at all, so I was pretty lucky that he did. Oh yeah, and you can just like roll around that mist stuff. Thanks, Minna. I was literally claw-shotting that until okay. But yeah, that stuff will turn you back into a wolf-like, so you don't really want to touch it. But the outer edges of it right there just don't really do anything, so I can just walk in between it. There's these little pedestals that these soul things need to sit into. My main objective here is to just transport these back to the beginning area, and then those will like charge my sword up with like light energy. And it'll be the Light Master Sword, at least while I'm here in the Palace of Twilight. But then it will instantly kill any like shadow thing in one hit, which is pretty cool. Alright. Now we also have this creepy hand following us that really wants its board back. Which, you know, I mean, it was his property and all, but like, oh, that enemy just jumped off the side. That was convenient for me. But yeah, he really wants his orb back, but it's mine now. You can't have it. Bye-bye. He's gonna catch back up though, but not for long.
He's trying his best.
Yeah, he is. See, there he is. He's nice pause. I was trying to skip the cutscene. I pressed start too many times. Yeah, he's trying his best. These enemies can't hit you either if you're just far away enough from them. You know, surprisingly, it's almost 7 in the morning, and I'm not even that tired.
Nice.
How you feeling, Jacob?
I am usually awake at this time, so I'm fine.
Well, that's good. Yeah, I got a nap in earlier, so I'm feeling pretty good. It was definitely a very good idea that I took a nap, though.
Yeah, for a run at this hour, that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm not one to like usually drink energy drinks though, so that was probably a better play for me to do, just sleep more. All right, see that platform that just spawned in? Yeah, we're not gonna use that. We're gonna use our lamp. No, I clicked the wrong thing. We're just gonna do that.
Imagine if you did though.
Yeah, right. We actually do use the lamp one more time though later.
Oh.
Yeah, it does get one more use, which is, I know, pretty pog if you ask me. Alright, this is going to be a claw shot target for us to grab onto right there. Drop down, and the platform will be right underneath us. Got another Zant head in here as well. This is probably one of the most annoying ones to deal with because, yep, it's really cool because it just decides to do that. Please spawn near me. Nice, got one.
Because he said please.
Yep. He can spawn like in the middle of the room on the complete other side, and then you have to either go back to him or just wait. So I got lucky. just gonna throw the boomerang when I jump off here to like stun one of the shadow beasts to stay in the same spot. Turn myself into Wolfling. And take care of those guys real quick. That was really good. If I'm quick enough there and get out of the dust stuff, I can do that before the chest spawns. If the Xanthed died before I swapped to Wolflink, then I wouldn't have been able to claw shot onto that as quickly. So that's a nice little amount of time save. Oops. That's okay. Please. That didn't work out the way I wanted it to. I couldn't really see. The camera was really bad. You can get the boomerang to go out of bounds there. I was just kind of hoping that it went into the right spot because the camera was bad. But it didn't. And that's a little unfortunate, but it doesn't really lose that much time. I could have just jumped across the... past the stuff there, which would have been pretty nice, but it didn't work out. I'm pretty sure you can also claw shot the target, but you do it through the wall, so you can't see it.
Oh. So you're shooting blind.
Yeah, essentially. You're aiming blind, more like.
Or, fair.
No! Ah, come on, Xan.
Maybe he'll spawn right. Oh. Here.
Yeah. It just... Quick spins suck. Oh my god! Whoa! Whoa! They all spawn on top of me. Oh my goodness.
Arguably worth it?
Kinda, I suppose, huh? Man, there is a bit of a slower strat you can do, but it's way more consistent. If you like do 4 stabs or 3 stabs, he won't teleport around the room, but you get it. It takes more cycles. So arguably, it's probably better, just because it's more consistent. But whatever. Quick spins are just okay. Quick spins are just can be really good. Hello. I don't really want you to follow me up here. But I also won't kill you. Bye bye. Have fun not on the stairs, loser. Alright, but yeah, this is the second soul we need to take with us. And then we can go get the butter sword, or the light sword. We can throw that soul right onto the circular platform there as he like comes into the room, which is really convenient. Oh yeah, also that shadow beast down there can screw you over, and he can push it. Like you might have noticed it was pushed a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah, he can push it as you're like walking across the platforms, which is really cool. That's okay. Oh. That's okay. A little soft, but it's okay. I'm just gonna wait. It's rolling away. He's gonna probably grab it, but it's okay. He missed! He missed! Oh my god. Oh, that's funny. I was trying to use the boomerang there to get the keys out of my face, but they didn't bother me. Thankfully. Can I throw the orb? No. There's like a frame there where you can throw it.
Another one frame, okay.
Yeah. It's faster because you can just roll and then re-grab it like that. Alright. I'm gonna throw this over here, and I'm gonna jump off. And that's the light sword.
Let's go.
And we can use this to progress forward further through the dungeon. See that like that waterfall thingy in the background there? We needed this to progress that way. This is also convenient because it also like one-shots any of the shadow like enemies here.
Nice.
He likes the sword. My hearts here are really nice for this upcoming part because there are a lot of small enemies that can do quick damage to you if you don't have enough HP here and you can die.
Nice little buffer.
Yeah. For sure. Alright, I'm kind of throwing these blind. Nice. Okay. What the? Get off me. See like these small enemies in here?
Yeah, I
can be really
see
cool.
what you mean.
Yeah. They already did a full heart to me. I swear, this key's always dropped a heart. Oh, man, that didn't go out of bounds. I thought I was gonna. I didn't target that properly. It's okay. That's my fault. There we go. No, please.
Sniped.
There. Alright, now that platform is there for when I grab this key and I don't need to wait for it to spawn in. I did a spin attack and hit all the orbs there. Which is a little faster than just doing it after all this.
Makes sense.
Yeah. There's also another LJ you can do right here. You like target there and then there. But it saves like 1 second and that's not fun to do because most of the time when I do it, it decides it doesn't want to go out of bounds and then I just fall down.
Yeah, it seems pretty punishing to fail.
Yeah. Just not worth it. 1 second doesn't really make much of a difference. If even that much time. Alright, now we're gonna grab the boss. Should be able to. Yep. So that up there. Doing that actually prevents like the birds at the bottom from like aggroing you, and then they won't fly up here at you. Because they're if you like claw shot up the normal way, there's just enemies sitting at the bottom there. Thankfully, I don't have to worry about that.
Extra hearts coming in handy too.
Oh god,
Very handy.
oh my goodness. Woo! That's okay. I can get some hearts in those pots over there. So it'll be okay.
Only slightly terrifying.
It only does a little bit. Oh, I get 1 heart. Nice. Give me that. Thank you. I'm gonna wait for you to shoot that. There we go. There we go. That works. All right. I'm not dying. Alright, pretty cool room coming up here. With some long jump attacks across the room, we can get an early cycle. I'll pick that up. And this platform room up here. Also, this room is really stupid casually because it's just pick a platform, and I'm pretty sure some of them are like bait and you can just fall down. Which is pretty cool. So right here, I'm gonna pull Thin out real quick, which is gonna stop the platforms up at the top, but it's also gonna make these like shadow beasts spawn in quicker. So that gives me a little more buffer room to actually make it for the cycle. Yeah, you thought I was gonna fall.
A little bit.
Alright, there's gonna be a Zant head that's gonna spawn over there. It shouldn't be able to hit me though. Yeah. Really? There we go. That's the platform cycle I was talking about. Oh, okay, that was a little scary, actually. I thought I was going to knock you down. All right. Now we just have Zant as the boss coming up.
I love Zant.
Yeah, he's a really wacky character. Probably one of the best boss fights. Yeah. One more long jump attack for the road. I'm trying to think. That might actually be the last one in the game. What's that? I think that actually is the last one in the game. Yeah, I can't think of any more off the top of my head. No, actually, there is one more to skip the postman. Okay, so this room's pretty easy. You just like spin attack before they drop. A little too early on that one. Some heart spawns. Yeah, got one. Alright, that should be more than enough for Zant. I'm not really too worried about taking too much damage on him. Alright, so I brought this up earlier, but Zant is a little bit of a weird boss. So only the 4th hit of a combo attack is actually going to like do damage to him. It's really weird. There are like, I think there's one exception to that, 1 or 2 exceptions. They're kind of their own unique thing, where in the Ground Mine section, I'm gonna like do a really weird combo of attacks and then end it with like a startup of a spin attack, but then it's just gonna turn into a slash because I don't hold B long enough. And if I get it, I should be able to get him just 1 cycle for that phase. Yeah, this is Zant, and he's got a wacky fight. And this is the entire reason, this fight right here is the whole reason why I needed to go out of my way to get ball and chain. Yeah, good.
Nice.
But yeah, these are all like throwbacks to previous dungeons that you've been to. Not all of them. You won't go to every single dungeon, but a good chunk of them you will. Nice! Okay, cool. Got it.
All right.
Woo! That's harder than you think it is. Alright, lake bed phase. I hate this one. Because we need to do more water bomb strats here. Where we refill our air meter. Oh god, no. I'm gonna die. Oh man, that sucked. It's okay. It's okay. It's just a little slow. I clipped over the wrong thing and started moving, so he didn't actually end up pulling the bomb. That's a little unfortunate. That's just bad menuing on my part that caused that to happen. It's okay. You just spawn back in the last phase you were doing.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's 20 seconds if even that. Probably 20 seconds. Not a big deal. I've already lost far more time than that. Is that something to be proud of? Probably not, but... Sorry, just a little focus here. Just trying not to... trying to make sure I don't drown again. Oh, you're pretty far over there, aren't you? Yeah, that's the area. You swing your sword so slow under the water. All right, this is not the place I need ball and chain, but it definitely makes it go by quicker. Take this. What? I pulled it out, or I put it away too soon. And well, it would have been useful. All right, so this phase is the only reason we need ball and chain for the entire run. This phase right here. The Blizzetta phase. This is where you would normally have fought the boss of Snow Peak, but we didn't do that. Big Zant. Small Zant. Alright, last phase coming up here. If all goes well, this should be real. So, like I said, last hit matters the most on the combo attack. I missed. That's okay. Good. Please, and okay. Okay, that wasn't bad.
Okay.
Woo! Zant's done. Yeah!
Let's go.
Yeah, and he freaks out. He turned into a huge goofball. He was very serious at the beginning of the game, but not anymore. Alright, and we don't need that heart container. It's too far away. Alright, time for the final area of the game. We're getting very close to being done. Alright, once again, when warping away, Minna is still gonna say, Link, we're so close to the mirrored Twilight. So I need to zoom into the map again, even though we've already used it. Alright, last boomerang jump. Can we skip the mailman? Probably not, because this one kind of stinks, but I damn well will try. No, I won't, because I walked too close. It's okay. We got to see the mailman one last time. Hey!
That's not so bad.
No. It works out. Because the mailman's cool. All right. And we have an unskippable cutscene coming up. Yes. Don't we?
Definitely a cutscene.
Mm-hmm. You know which one it is, right?
I do.
But not before we bonk into the loading zone. For the cutscene, of course.
Optimal.
Optimal. All right. Yeah, you can't skip this cutscene. Which kind of stinks, but not really much you can do about it, right? Oh. So how's your day, Jacob?
That's pretty good.
Oh, that's good.
You know. I've been, watching a speed run, Twilight Princess.
Yeah. Are you looking forward to your run later?
I am.
Yeah.
It's on Paper Mario.
Yeah, we love Paper Mario.
Yeah. How's your day been?
Oh, it's been good.
It's good.
Been playing Twilight Princess.
It's a pretty good game.
Yeah. Got this. Most people call this portion Squidna. Or call her Squidna in this form. Because of all the tentacles.
Specifically 6.
Yeah. I don't think I ever noticed her like slide down in there before at the end.
Probably not paying attention.
No, I don't pay attention to this because I usually get up to use the bathroom here. Hi, Midna. All right. Hyrule Castle. At least the outside portion of it. All right, this is a pretty cool strat coming up here. Got these enemies here that we got to deal with. I don't want to fight them though. I'm just gonna let the bomb do it. Bye-bye. And that just kills all of them. Also, a really neat oversight coming up here by the developer's part. There's a little cutscene that's gonna play for this berry that's gonna spawn in. But if you skip it, you can just roll around the barrier.
So silly.
Yep. Before it even spawns in. And these enemies won't be able to come after me because they get stuck on the bushes. Alright. And coming up here, we do have one last encounter with King Bokoblin. Yeah, we'll do this one first. Come on. There you go. Okay, he's dead. That wasn't very optimal, but I mean it worked.
He is dead.
Well, not really.
Well,
Is he though? Whoa, hey, thanks for the key, bro.
he respects you.
He does. He's like, I fight with the strongest side. I can respect that. He's like, Ganondorf is bad and he sucks. He's not really, good. Well, not good at it as in like powerful, but Link is powerful. He realizes how many times his butt got beat. Which in total would be 4 if I actually did every encounter with him.
You're still there.
Yep, you can just go around it. Well, I guess you can just kind of go through it a little bit, but yeah. Nice bonk before entering Hyrule Castle. We have another little barrier skip coming up here too. It's a little bit different than that one, but if I jump slash at this pillar off to the right side, Link will get stuck as the barrier is spawning in. Like that. And he won't go behind it. Or go into it, I guess. He went behind it. I suppose, huh?
It's true.
Yeah, due to that, these lights never turn on. Either. Not the lights. What? Okay. What are you doing? There we go. This is an Iron Knuckle. They're rather easy to fight in this game. You just kind of go up behind them and just slap their armor after you like send them for a bit. He's gonna throw a sword at me. And then like rinse and repeat. This is why the combo attack isn't a good thing to do. Because you can just keep constantly getting hits like this. And he's dead. Nice. And I'm gonna swap to Boomerang and Lantern. This is our other use of the Lantern coming up. Say goodbye to it, we won't see it for very long. But before we do that, I'm gonna put out another light. So I can raise this platform up. I'm gonna be honest, I thought I was gonna miss like going up on top of it because like the camera like acted weird there and it slowed down. But that was fun. But first we gotta do a simple little torch puzzle with the lamp. Oh no, the keys hate the light. Alright, they go back to bed. Alright, we have one more use for some bombs as well. Like, remember the Bokoblins before, how they just kind of ran into the bomb? Well, these guys are going to be stupid enough to do it too. Like that. These enemies aren't really that smart.
They're really not.
I expected more from them, not so much the Bokoblins. Alright, can't skip this barrier because we need to obtain the key here. Ah, that's unfortunate. Man, he's gonna fly back up. What was supposed to happen, he was supposed to die.
Got there eventually.
Yeah, just a little bit longer than expected. No hearts? Man. What a cheapskate. Alright, now we're on our way to get the boss key. But not before these enemies show up. Oh no, whatever shall we do? Defeat them? And then so. The end. Nah.
What a way to go.
I know, right? What's this? The enemies are just dying on their own. Oh, there's an owl here to save us, of course. Or a hawk. Because, there's a hawk here to save us.
Well, if it was an owl, that'd be Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. With a bunch of random people we've never met before. Except that guy. We've met him. Bye-bye. Thanks, random people. this a bad time to say I'm gonna go a little overestimate?
Well, I mean,
Just a little bit. Won't be that bad.
well, if you finish in the next second.
It really came down to the sword and shields gift, to be honest.
Yeah.
I failed that for a good couple of minutes due to a lot of the nerves that I had going through my body. Those have all like passed by now, though.
A little bit of a rough start.
Yeah, that's okay though.
We're
I got
going
bet-
now.
Yeah, it got better. All right, normally there's supposed to be a specific path you take there, but you can just kind of hop through it before all the platforms just start sinking. All right, some of those altos here. Once again, you don't want to really do the combo attack. Man, why are you shielding? That's all right. A little slow, but it's not a big deal. All right, can barely flaw shot that right there. Skip grabbing one of them. And we have one more use of the spinner. With some lag here. Oh, yeah, that was kind of unfortunate when I decided to hop on that. That's okay. Doesn't really matter, to be honest. Alright, and we can skip this fight with this Iron Knuckle by just doing that. Which is pretty convenient that they decided to put it there. Alright, now we're on our way to kill Ganon. Okay, the can't. I don't know why. Sometimes that happens where Link just decides to turn around and you can walk into that door there. I think if you're just too fast, that might be it.
It's like a bad frame to roll or something.
Yeah.
More or less.
Alright, time for Zelda. She's RNG. I guess it's Ganon in Zelda, like possessing her, but yeah. I also want to swap the ball and chain. That's one. 1 second. 2 cycles. I think the minimum you can get is 7. 3. Looking good.
Alright.
That's the worst attack she can give because it spawns a lot of lag. That's 4. Just need one more. The energy ball. That's the better attack of the two that she can give you. It's 5. And hopefully, if I get good RNG here, she'll throw the energy ball here. 7! Nice. That's good. That's the best pattern you can get. Or best amount of cycles, I guess you can get.
Game being nice toward the end.
Yeah! You got that right. It's about time it's nice. Alright, gonna do a side hop here, throw a ball and chain to knock off Beast Ganon. Jump flash, flash 3 times, and then do one combo attack. I think that was one less than I was supposed to do. That's okay, I can make that up in this next part of the fight, I'm pretty sure. Or this next attack here. If I stand in this corner here, he'll always spawn right here. Hello. I can just knock him down with the ball and chain again. Oh, so much lag. Now we're gonna off to wolf flank because you can't knock him down anymore with normal. He'll just like get out of the way of the ball and chain. Didn't expect him to hit me there. All right, which one are you gonna peek your head out of? This one. That's pretty good. Yeah. And that's beast cannon. All right, 2 more phases, just horseback, and then the final fight. So time is like coming up within 2 to 3 minutes. All right. Is Zelda gonna give us good RNG here? Or I guess that sucks. Is Zelda gonna be able to aim the bow well? Is what I should say. Let's see. Ooh. Nice. Good shot. Oh, that's my bad. That's my bad. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. He might hit me here. We're good. It's so unfortunate, like when he knocks you over once after you like have hit him once, it gets so hard to get back into the rhythm of things when stuff like that happens, which is kind of unfortunate. Especially when you're at the very end of the run. Please, please, please. Oh my god. Please get it. Okay, 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 okay. Zelda, what are you doing? At least you get to hear the good music for a little bit. There we go. Okay. Okay. Time is gonna come up within like a minute and a half. Don't blink on this last phase of the fight though. This is gonna go by like that. Real quick. This was quite a bit overestimate, but like I said, I'm blaming that to certain shield skip and my nerves.
That is fair.
Yeah, that's okay. I think we may be ahead of schedule right now. So I'm sure it's not that big of a deal. Should I do the Iron Boots ending?
Absolutely. Is that even a question?
No. Alright. Final fight. Just gonna swing at him, wait for him to do the wrong attack. Boy, what are you doing? Wait for him to kick, hook spin, get behind him again. Kick, jump attack, hook spin. I'm gonna throw him. I'm gonna get Iron Boots into my equipment. This is a terrible spot to have him in, because the barrier is right there. Alright, time is coming up. Now. Time.
GG.
GG! Woo! Ganon's dead!
Let's go!
Woo! GG. Oh man, but yeah, that was Twilight Princess. I know that wasn't the most spectacular run and it went over my estimate, but you know what? I had fun. My nerves got in the way a little bit. I messed up some tricks, but you know, this is the first time I've ever done an in-person marathon run before, and I would say that went pretty well overall.
Man, I see a sword in Ganon's chest.
Yeah, there is a
Oh, I
sword in
did.
Ganon's chest right now. There's a really funny scene coming up in like a minute of Link just running with the iron boots on. It's pretty funny. Um, if we're like behind on schedule, obviously, like you can cut it. But I just want to say thank you to a lot of the people that have put together Twilight Princess tutorials, and especially like Glubber's helping me out with some tricks and some explanations for some tricks. I really do appreciate your help. If you're watching this, if you want to follow my Twitch stream, you can find me at twitch.tv/MONADO. I speedrun Paper Mario and Twilight Princess, among some other things, but those are my two main things. Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door specifically, and Twilight Princess. And thank you to JCog. You can't see him, but thank you for commentating. Even though you don't run this game, I do appreciate the extra commentary. And he'll be on later tonight around like 9 o'clock for Paper Mario Reverse All Cards run, so I wouldn't miss that either. And yeah, that's pretty much it for me. That funny scene is like about to happen in like 20 seconds with Link clonking up to Midna, if you want to see that. But that's pretty much it for me. Thanks again for having me, and I do very much appreciate it. Let's just see this scene real quick, and then I guess intermission or whatever.
And GG on the run.
Thank you. I do appreciate it. All right, here he goes. Why can't he move this fast normally?
Beautiful.
Oh, man. All right. We're good. Thank you again.